All right, babe, any lunch going? I'm starving. I could eat the gusset out of a low-flying pigeon. What you got there?
You've been putting stuff in the Keep Forever box. I don't want pictures of Carol in there.
Yeah, well, it ain't of Carol, is it? Look, it's of Jamie.
Yeah, and who's holding him? Anne Widdicombe?
Well, I'll stick it somewhere else if you don't want to see it, eh? I'm sick of the sound of her name. Why can't you just let sleeping dogs lie, Frank, eh? Food?
On the shelf. At the supermarket.
Ha ha.
Feel free to do a big shop. How can I let sleeping dogs lie, eh? It's her, Danny, her! And you never told me. Women and lies. Just about sums you up.
Frankie. Frank, where you going? Frank! Nice.
Who's Fred talking to?
Farmer Fletcher.
Your p***y supplier.
Not anymore. He's giving all his top-notch stuff to Maddox.
I bet that went down like a bowl of cold porridge.
Well, I told him we should take our custom elsewhere, but my dad's having none of it. Fancy a while you're here?
No thanks. But it is amazing how they're laying with breadcrumbs on.
Oh, has he?
What's that?
Eh?
And he's done what? He's given her what?
What have I done?
Oh, has he?
I was putting the rubbish out. I thought I'd pop by and I brought it with me. What am I?
We have got other things on your mind.
This is it. My head's like an A to Z of Manchester.
If there weren't a lady present here now, the air would be blue. You know what mucky tricks that Maddox has been up to now?
Surprise me.
He's only been whining and dining Farmer Fletcher. Treating him to one all-you-can-eat buffet up at Piccadilly Gardens. And a fancy watch for his wife.
Isn't that bribery?
Oh, whatever it is, it's working. Couldn't call him Maddox now. Oh, no, it's Eddie this and Eddie that. And I heard mention of a rose. Now, I've seen his missus. How less like a rose, you can't imagine. I've seen better-looking black puddings.
So what are you going to do about it, Fred?
Well, I shall go over and have it out with him. Can anybody smell kippers?
In the long, hot summer of 1940, Britain had never looked so serene, but it had never been in such danger. Invasion was coming. Britain was weak, ill-prepared, and alone.
Sorry, mate. We've had a bit of an accident.
Rip the guts out of France, and they will do the same to us.
Jay, the reason I had my phone switched off was because I had food poisoning.
What from?
Well, you know that Chinese on Inkerman Street? I got sweet and sour prawns for my lunch. I knew there was something wrong with them prawns. They were blue. So after I spent about an hour on the toilet, I matched my way over there, slammed the prawns down on the counter and demanded my money back. So hard-faced. He said there were nothing wrong with them. I'm like, hello, they're blue.
Did he give you anything?
Well, a couple of dirty looks, but at least I cleared the place.
Well, you're obviously all right then.
Well, yeah. I made a miraculous recovery.
Yeah, I don't fancy driving this afternoon. Don't look at me, mate. I haven't passed my test, have I? Well, I'll do the pedals and you can do the wheel.
I've just got to get this each Chinese cudgel.
Tell to get on with the work.
Ah, snap. Hello?
How's your day going?
Yeah, it's all right.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in the pub.
Janice, get back to them knickers.
Who's that? Was that Jamie? What's he doing there? Right.
All right. Wonderful. Same again, please, Violet. You look nice. You grown?
No, it's just these new shoes.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
What you doing in here?
Well, what do you think he's doing?
Keep your wig on.
Keep my wig on. You're supposed to be out on a job, boy.
We're finished.
You'll both be finished if you don't get yourselves across that factory now.
We've done the deliveries. What do you want us to do? Hang about with our hands in our pockets?
No, I can find you something else to do.
Sorry.
Pair of divs.
Excuse me.
And you've got something else for me to do, have you?
Yes, loads.
Like what?
I can find you things.
Stuff this. I'm not having you show me up there and all. I'm going home.
Jamie,
How did you know I was in here?
somebody must have grassed you up, eh?
Well, go on then. Tell me who it was.
Don't push your luck, sunshine.
J
Do you know something? I wish I could sit around in here all day getting trolleyed. Only some of us have got some work to do. You know what I mean?
Do you want to join us?
No, you're all right.
You've a look of Orson Welles. Did anyone say?
And you've a look of Judas.
Iscariot, a priest.
These silly games have got to stop, I say. They've got to stop. Fletcher's only a small farmer, and he can only supply one butcher.
And that butcher, Frederico, is me.
No, I don't want to get into no bidding war.
Then don't.
But this has got to be sorted out.
I couldn't agree more, pal.
In a gentlemanly fashion. Because thee and me, we are both gentlemen.
Then we will. Frederico, we shall fight for it.
Eh?
In ring. Marquis of Queensberry rules.
What are you watching, Ken?
When Hitler invaded Britain.
Oh, right. Any good?
Between Hitler and the
Hard to say. Hopefully.
But the BEF,
I think I've got a coleslaw
the
coming.
British Expeditionary Force, was no match for Blitzkrieg.
Hey, coleslaws, me. Hey, Ken, is it salt you're supposed to put on coleslaws, or is that ulcers?
I tell you what, Jason, I don't know. But let's find out, shall we? Let's see if we've got a medical book that might be able to help us. A thesaurus? No. Encyclopedia? No. Ah, here we are. The Home Physician.
Hey, take a chill pill, Ken.
I'll tell you what might be even better. Why don't you go out and buy yourself some books? Go to university, get an education, look on the internet, anything except aimlessly and inarticulately acting out your own crass ignorance.
Whoa, calm down. Take it easy, my mate.
Take it easy? Take it easy is what I've been trying to do for the whole week. And it's thanks to imbeciles like you that I have failed miserably in that particular task.
What's that?
Toad in the hole. Though mine appears to be mostly whole.
Ah, mine and all.
I left your dad's warming in the oven. I must have given him most of the toad.
Anyway, pass us gravy.
Oh, bother.
What's the matter?
I forgot to put the granules in it. It's just boiling water.
Claire, you don't think this knowledge is taking over your life, do you?
Would you rather I gave up on my dream?
I'd rather have a decent meal.
Well, you know, Ashley, you could make your own tea once in a while. I'm a 21st century career woman now. I want it all. And where's the harm in that?
He's always having a go at me. Warren, you'd think the sun shone out of his proverbials. I know why it is, though. Because I remind him of her, and Warren reminds him of you. Can't blame him, really.
Jamie.
I just wish someone would have a go at him.
Give it a go, believe me.
I mean, when I think about you two getting together, now I'm older like, I mean, what was all that about? I mean, if I got together with a 17-year-old, it would be weird.
Well, don't say that, Jamie.
Of course, I do know what it's about. I mean, look at you. Any man would be lucky to have you on his arm.
Look, I went wet behind the gills, you know, Jamie. I'd had to grow up fast. I always felt it was me who took advantage of your dad. I knew there was problems, and I made a move. How callous is that? I messed up Carol's life, I messed up yours.
But you didn't know.
You reckon?
You have been consistently the best thing that has ever happened to me. I thank God that you walked into my life. Because I remember all the shouting and the rowing and the fights, and then you come along and it all stopped. I remember being in the house, in the bedroom, and she's crying, and I said, "Where's Daddy?" And she goes, "I don't know." And then she's off out the front door, and I'm on my own. I am 7 years old, and I'm on my own. I should have felt scared, but I didn't.
You have got to watch it.
Danny.
Watch what? You being a prat.
No, you're turning into your mother, you know that, don't you?
Well, at least I managed to achieve something then.
Oh, don't worry, you've achieved plenty in your life, Jamie. Mainly getting on my wick.
Well, do you know what? I don't have to do your head in anymore.
And why is that? You're going to have a personality transplant, are you?
Because as of this moment, right here and right now...
You're drunk, aren't you?
I don't have to live here anymore. I decided to live with you all them years ago, and it's like you've been punishing me for it ever since. Well, have I been cramping your style? Well, the punishment stops here, Dad. I'm so sorry I disappointed you. I'm sorry that I rile you so much, but it don't have to be like that. Because I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah? And where are you going to go?
I don't know. But as far away from your resentful face as is humanly possible. Oh, yeah, and have a nice life. Because I haven't.
This one?
Yeah, that'll do nicely. I'm going to have an indulgent evening. I'm going to unplug the phone, grill that chop, and watch a video, and nobody is going to disturb me today.
Hello, Kenneth.
What did the doctor say?
Bad news.
Oh, would you prefer it if I went? Fred?
He said, for a man of my weight and age, and who smokes and drinks as much as I do, I'm surprisingly healthy.
Well, why would that be bad news?
It means I can go 3 rounds in a ring without Maddox.
Boxing?
Oh, well, that's it then, Dad. Your family name's at stake. Won't believe a look how Josh went out, don't you?
A black eye, no. 2 grown men knocking lumps out of each other. It's barbaric.
Oh, I happen to think boxing is a very noble sport. Very good for character, too. I was quite a decent amateur in my teens.
Yeah?
You? Really? How'd you back in?
Well, I got interested in other things.
Books?
No, girls, actually. And books. I could teach you the fighter's stance, if you like.
Oh, go on, then.
Right. OK, now, the basic stance is to give you balance,
right,
so that you can... oh, it's southpaw, right? All right. Basic stance gives you balance so that you can attack, you know, or defend. Now, your legs should be the same width apart as your shoulders, and then move your right leg forward, and then turn your body to your left, and that makes the target area less.
Did that target area just get bigger when you turn sideways?
No sniping.
Right, now, tuck your chin in.
And the other one?
I'll swing for you in a minute.
You just learned your first valuable lesson.
What's that?
Never let your opponent rile you.
That's the only reason I've given pugilism house room. I have been riled, severely riled.
Come on, then.
Itch up, one of you. Is it over there? Why should I? It's my flat.
This pig is Maddox. Hey, Elliot, you call yourself a butcher? I won't serve your meat to a rabid dog. Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies?
Right, Maddox. Take that! Oh, it's no use, Ashley. I'm not cut out for boxing, me. Yes, I'm not cut out for it.
You're only punching this. Won't tell us out about a proper fight. What you need is a proper sparring partner.
No, I couldn't.
Well, do it with me.
I could no sooner hit you than I could our Joshua. No, it'd have to be someone I loathe, some lowlife whose very appearance would make me blood bubble with hatred and anger.
Hey up, losers. Run off your feet as usual, I see.
I don't think you're being fair, darling.
Stone me, love. Can't you wait until I'm in the same room before you have a go at me?
Why do you have to be so hard on him, eh? He's only had a few drinks.
Yes, on my time. I just don't want him going down the same road as his mother.
He's not an alky. He needs treating gently. Charging in here, shouting your mouth off. And no wonder he's done one.
Look, he cannot face facts about Carol or himself for that matter. Now, is that my fault?
Everyone wants to know their real parents. It's natural.
Yes, well, now he knows he comes from a lush. And I hope that makes him a fully rounded person who's in touch with his feminine side, OK?
Don't be sarcastic.
Well, why am I the bad boy?
Because you're being insensitive. Making that choice when he's little scarred him.
Whoa, hang on a minute. She made him choose, not me.
Yeah, and you only went along with it because you knew he'd choose you.
Of course I had an inkling. Oh, don't give me that wifey. Look, Frank, it wasn't to win a battle with her. It was for him. He was better off with me, and I knew it, so I let him choose. It was a good decision, right? My conscience is clear.
Well, mine's not.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I had to decide again, I'd do exactly the same. How's that? And now I need a drink.
I was going to come at you low and fast, try to tire you out. Toe-to-toe with him, and I'll punch him.
Right. How come you know so much about it?
Seen a few films.
Hey, you're too ugly to beat me, Elliot. I've seen prettier heads in your shop window with apples in their mouths.
I'll have you for breakfast.
I bet you could and all.
I'm faster than I look.
Fatter than you look? How's that, then?
I crack ribs for a day job, doughboy.
Let's rumble.
On the bell, please, gents.
Ashley, Specs. Ding, ding. Round one.
That's not boxing. That's not
You count him out. Go on, count him.
1, 2. That's it, Diggory, you've won.
I am the champion. Yes, sirree. Diggory Compton, champion of the world. Yee-haw!
Shut up, Diggory! Dad. You all right, Dad?
Surprise, surprise.
I'm sorry. I went off the scale. Shouldn't have. Can we go for a walk somewhere?
You can say whatever you've got to say in front of Leanne.
Yeah, just pretend I'm not even here, eh?
Right. Well, it's not really my bag feeling guilty about stuff, is it? And, you know, raking over the past and that. So why don't you just come home, eh?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, Jay, why not?
Because I'm angry.
Well, I've just said I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? What, do you want me to beg? There you go. I'm begging. What about that? Can you come home now and stop being a mug?
I'm a romantic, me. I'm not a fighter. I've no choice. I shall have to back out.
And what about the family honour?
Another bitter pessary to ingest. I sometimes wonder if I'm going to get out of this terrible life alive.
Janice is right.
What about?
This place. It's too small.
Oh, I'll deal with her.
And I don't deal with her. Let's deal with the problem together.
Oh, what's this? A new forceful, positive Jamie. Not sure I can cope with this.
Well, we're getting on all right, aren't we?
Oh, we're still together.
Well, let's get serious. Why don't we get a place together?
Well, you're jolly. Like beating humble pie.
I thought so and all.
What's happened?
Well, I were explaining to Maddox about how I had to drop out of the fight because of me heart murmur.
Ah, murmur.
Well, then the idea occurred to me on how to preserve the family honour.
Which should be preserved at all costs.
Exactly.
Well, then.
I challenged Maddox's son to fight my son.
You didn't.
You know all about boxing, you do, and you and him, you seem to be the same weight and size. You can take him, I know you can. Look at the strength in their muscles, eh? The power their muscles can deliver. Been fed on prime they have, I'm looking forward to it already.
Marvin.
Why?
Marvin Maddox.
Marvin Maddox, aye.
Marvin Mad Dog Maddox. He was East Lancs amateur boxing champion 3 years in a row. He'll murder me.
What do you think? Too young? Of course it's too young. What am I thinking? I'm a demolition job. I've got bags like suitcases.
I told you, you should go to bed when you're tired. Instead of sitting up waiting.
I can't go to sleep until I know you're safe home. Don't know how you do it. Early mornings, late nights. And you always look the same. Hate you.
You know what they say? Energy creates energy.
When I came home the other night, can you remember what I said?
When's my tea ready?
The night I saw the koi carp.
Look,
did some research on Dave's computer. Diseases in koi. Did I say if the scales were slimy or smooth? And didn't I mention cotton wool around the gills?
You mentioned a lot of things.
I should have brought one home. I think raised scales are a sign of dropsy. Were they raised? Think.
Is there a problem, Scooter?
Yeah.
Scooter's found some koi carp he thinks might be being neglected.
Fish. Once round the pond, they'll have forgotten all about
That's
it.
goldfish.
He thinks the owner doesn't care.
Well, she will when I hit her with this.
Not literally, I hope.
This cracking country pub. It's near Chatsworth, but don't let that put you off.
Should I?
Well, you know what it's like around there. Coach party brigade. Think they'll raid Mia's when they make it as far as the tea shop. It's up in the hills. Well, no, not too far up.
You're trying to say I'm out of condition, eh? These are buns of steel, honed behind a bar. I'd like to see you cover 10 miles a day in 5-inch heels.
Believe me, Liz, you wouldn't. Are you up for it, then?
I am, yeah. There you go.
No. So this is how it is when my back's turned. You frighten the life out of me. Giving freebies to your fella and everybody else's fella, I shouldn't wonder.
What?
I saw you.
It's paid for.
Keep out of it, you.
It is.
You weren't even here.
That's what you think.
Shelley.
What is it with fellas, hey? Fall over themselves to protect you? Back up your lies? Escort you home a wall of 50 yards? Can't they see what a user you are?
Hey, you're out of order, Shell.
And you're just thick if you haven't clocked her. Making cow eyes at my Charlie. Would you be in my grave as quick?
What are you going on about?
Get your coat, get your bag, and get out. You're finished.
What?
I paid for it. Jason's pint. I think the words would put one in the pump for later, Violet. Am I right?
Don't you start. I saw her.
What, with your X-ray vision? I get this lot cleared up before somebody really hurts themselves, and now we're not you.
Have you forgotten? We owe that girl big time. Without her, Kieran and Betty, you'd be out of a job and a home.
I didn't see her take the money.
So what? What's it matter? What's a couple of quid after all she's done? Don't understand it. You lost all sense of reality.
Charlie.
Apologise. Apologise.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right.
No, it's not. I don't know what I was thinking.
You know you got it all wrong. Me and Jace are really happy.
It's pretty obvious.
I know. I'm sorry.
You okay? You sure?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe that Bev's got a point. It's how he put it across. No one likes being accused. Hey, send her a letter.
Ooh, big deal.
A scary letter.
How scary can a letter be? Well, it's not ticking.
Well, all right then, stick a horse's head in a bed, I don't care.
As bad as the rest.
Stick a horse's head in a bed and a letter from the Codfather. What? Ooh.
Steady, Mother. There's nowt like arriving in style, and that was nowt like arriving in style. That bone shaker's done for me hip replacement.
Do you think they do me an ear replacement?
Long journey?
45 minutes waiting. In my condition, I said we should take a hackney.
I told Dev it was Terminal 1, sorry.
Dev?
Yeah, he's on the radio. Eileen's away.
And if she's any sense, she'll get a hackney carriage home.
Oh, not much of a reception committee.
Thank you.
Anyone else inside? Has she phoned at all? Texted? Not even a postcard from Amy.
She will when she runs out of cash. Oh, talking of cash, he doesn't take Zlotys.
I bet you've missed us.
I think it'll be okay.
Why did you do that?
What?
Stay down there with her.
Well, someone had to stop her running telling tales to Fred.
In front of all those people? Stick two fingers up to me in public?
In public? In public, I am your greatest fan.
But not in private, eh?
Shell, you are the one with the bad heads, the backaches, the period pains, the moods. Or rather, you're not in the moods.
Not this.
If anyone is being rejected round here, it's me.
Charlie, you can't think like that. It's not you, it's me. I'm all messed up in the head. But it's nothing to do with you. You've got to believe what I'm saying.
You say you can't go out with me. For a drink, for a meal, whatever. But you can walk into a crowded bar and make an exhibition of yourself over nothing.
I told you, that was a stupid mistake.
You say you still find me attractive, but you flinch every time I come near. You can only say things for so long, sure.
Charlie?
I've got to get to work. She's got a problem. She's going through a bad time.
Look, she's cooped up day after day. Sees no one, does nothing. It's not natural, is it?
I said, honest, Jason, she's working through it and I'm helping her.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you put with it.
I'll tell you how. I worry. Worry when I'm with her. Worry more when I'm away from her.
Yeah, but the question is she worth it?
Yeah. She was covered in spots, or if she had a leg in plaster, she'd get everybody's sympathy. But her problems are emotional, so all she gets is dirty looks.
You have got the patience of a saint, my friend.
Nah, if Violet was sick, you'd do the same.
I'll show you what I mean exactly.
I don't know about where you come from, young man, but in this country we've got a saying, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
I come from Manchester and I know a dying fish when I see one.
Have you got any carp yourself?
No, but...
So, don't know how to take care of them. You've never had anything bigger than a goldfish.
I'll have my own carp someday.
Isn't that just typical? You're trying to buy these cheap.
I'm not.
You wouldn't be the first. You lot are always quick to spot an opportunity.
The only opportunity I've spotted is to save those fish.
I hired you to bring a skip here and take it away when it was full, not make a nuisance of yourself.
Yeah, I know, look. Animals, insects, fish, they're all important. Thousands of species have died out already.
Not in my pond.
Sometimes nature, well, it needs a helping hand.
You sound just like my husband. Of course, he was a different colour from you. He was as green as you can get.
Well, he'll understand.
And he was a member of the Koi Carp Association for the best part of 20 years.
So, how come he's let him get into that state? He should be ashamed of himself.
Well, he isn't. He's dead. And I'm doing the very same things for those fish that he did. Koi carp do die now and again. In that respect, they're like people. Thanks for the skip. Goodbye.
Hello.
You've sold no but mince this morning. I say no but mince. Push the best lamb, will you, Ashley? There's a few birds I want shifting and all.
Doesn't matter what I say, the customers know what they want.
In shop as in life, you let folk walk all over you.
Yes, well, I'd rather be walked all over and have the stuffing knocked out of me.
What are you, the man in a mouse?
Put a piece of cheese on the floor and I'll show you.
Hey up.
Here I come to say hello. Next time we meet, I'll deliver a blow. Not nervous, are you? No. Only I know how you like to have a woman around to protect you. That wife of yours, she put a fear of God into anyone. You keep her out of this. Grip like a vise, face like a brick. Dance to her tune or she'll make you sick. I bet she has you cowering in corners. No, she doesn't. And she's a great-looking girl. Well, you won't get many who agree with you there, mate. Now, my girl. Fabulous figure. Fabulous face. Forget the competition, she sets the pace. As for your plain Jane, little Miss Specky Four Eyes...
You say one more thing about her.
Ugly.
Right.
OK, you dragged it out of me. Very ugly.
I'm warning you.
Of all the girls you could choose in this city, he settles on Claire and marries out of pity.
That's enough.
Typical. Daddy to the rescue.
I'll knock your block off.
How are you going to manage that, mate? Your wife won't let you.
It's got nothing to do with her. Because the fight's back on.
3 minutes, you'll have a face as ugly as hers.
I won't hit you in here, where it's just you and me. I'll do it in public where everyone can see.
Give over, you two!
Thanks, Grandad. Oh, I was quaking. See you in the ring. Oh, don't think I said all that to provoke you. I mean it. She is ugly.
Grace?
Hello?
Well, I wondered when you were getting back. Hello, sweetheart. See, I missed her like crazy.
She's missed you.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
That's the reason we're home, Steve. Listen, I'm sorry. We're not soft kids. We should be able to put our differences behind us.
Yeah, we can.
I hope so.
Well, let's try. I mean, we both want what's best for Amy. She's more important than either of us.
Yeah, she is.
Well, shall I come over later, or you come to me and we can talk about it, you know, make some arrangements?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm sorry for what I did. I was desperate.
Steve, it's all right. I understand.
Thanks, Trace. You don't know how relieved I am.
It's okay. Now, come on, help me in with my bags. Right, now get lost.
What?
Do you like being lied to? Being fed a big fat yarn?
What are you talking about?
No, you didn't, did you? So now you know how I felt.
Wait a minute, you've just said...
Yeah, I know what I said, Steve. If you believe that, believe anything.
Oh, great. You're doing some work.
No, I'm,
Getting the lunch ready?
No, I'm not really hungry, sorry.
Fine. Eating isn't on my mind either.
I can't, Charlie.
Go on, what?
Not here.
How about upstairs, then?
Later, eh?
Everybody does it later.
I can't, Charlie.
I'm lonely, Shell. Don't you ever think of that?
Of course I do, all the time.
Well, what do you expect me to do? How do you expect me to cope?
I'll be all right tonight.
Tonight, I want to enjoy myself. And if I can't do that here, I'll go somewhere else.
Come round for your tea tonight.
And listen to more World of Fish stories.
Scooter's standing up for what he believes in. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. If he was leading Sarah into drink or drugs, I'd have something to complain about.
He's a decent lad. He's got a conscience. And right now he's taking care of Fish, but if it was necessary, he'd take care of Sarah.
I think they'll stay together.
I hope so. At least he makes a laugh, which is more than Todd Grimshaw ever did.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm beginning to understand him, Martin. He's all of a piece. I mean, first of all, he's recycling rubbish. Now he's saving lives.
Pond life.
It's a start. When he gets older and wiser, he might do some real good.
Yeah. If David don't torment him to death first.
What's the point?
Hi.
Hello.
I've just come to wish you many happy returns. I got your card.
Oh, thanks. Liz, I was hoping you'd get in touch.
I should have come before, I'm sorry.
No, it's great to see you. Anytime.
Well, I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to make it any worse between us.
I should have come to you.
No, it's your birthday. Bet you've had a house full of people.
One or two. Emily, of course, and Bev, but mainly Ken and my mum.
And Tracy?
Yes, that was a surprise.
She's full of them.
Yes.
Sorry, I meant...
I think I know what you meant.
No, Deirdre, you don't.
I can hear it in your voice.
Oh, come on, you know the score. She's been really messing our Steve around.
Oh, and he's been blameless, has he?
He wants his child.
And he'll go to any lengths to get her.
He's desperate. Tracy drove him to it. She cannot keep him away from his own daughter.
Whether she can or she can't is none of our business.
She can't do that, Deirdre.
Look, sorry, I've got to go. Hello, Liz.
Perhaps she didn't realise what she was saying.
It's got nothing to do with me. Thanks for the card.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'll see you around, Liz.
Happy birthday.
If they were her husband's fish.
Well, she could have chucked his ashes in the pond and they could be polluting it.
Oh, very funny.
Or they could be choking on him.
David, you have to be so daft.
If I don't do anything, they're gonna die.
There's plenty more fish in the sea.
You were upset when Barney died?
Cried your little eyes out.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. Anyway, they're not Scooter's fish. They don't belong to him. If he saw some kid with slimy skin, he won't start giving its mother medical advice.
Yeah, David's got a point.
Too right.
I shouldn't worry, Scooter. Fish like that are valuable. Mrs. Maloney's not going to let them die.
She is.
Well, report her. Get on phone to Carpline.
Do you not take anything seriously?
If it were a shark, I'd be interested.
I can't get him out of my brain.
Must be a bit cramped if they're swimming around in there.
You be careful what you're saying, David. You're no genius yourself.
Oh, we're joking?
Yeah, well, jokes can offend, so be careful what you say.
You're always moaning at me.
Hey, David, that's enough.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
But I'm not bothered what he says. That woman is maltreating those fish. If it were a dog, it could run away, but they're trapped in her pond. I can't let him die, Sarah. I won't.
Maybe next time.
I am sorry.
It doesn't matter.
I love you so much. I just can't find the words.
It's not words I need.
I did try.
Yeah, you did your best.
Just I get so nervous.
With me? Don't know why.
I just do. Let's stay in tonight, eh?
We stay in every night. I want to go out.
I can't.
So, I'm going to have to go out on my own again, am I? I just can't lock myself away, day in, day out. It's not natural.
I don't want to live like this. I hate it.
Well, I'm not helping you by staying here. That's why I'm leaving.
How long will you be?
Couldn't tell you. Got no idea.
Sorry, couldn't stay out any longer.
Oh, they're not shut yet.
We have had a gorgeous evening. In fact, it's been a lovely day altogether.
Yeah, well, I was having a lovely time in the Rovers until Liz dropped by. I didn't want a scene, so I left.
That's not like you.
Don't joke, Dad.
She was here earlier on. I wasn't very nice to her.
Well, I think you should make it up. I mean, she loves Amy as much as we do.
No, she doesn't.
She does. I don't know why we're all quarrelling.
We're quarrelling? Because Steve MacDonald tried to steal my baby off me.
What Steve did was wrong, but he must admit that your version of events is very simplistic.
He lied to me, he led me on.
Yeah, he was devious, yes.
Well, maybe he felt he had to be. I mean, let's face it, you have pulled a few stunts in your time.
Yeah, and I've got every intention of pulling a few more.
What do you mean?
I came home for one reason and one reason only. Revenge. I'm plotting it already, and do you know what? I am going to love every minute of it.
Tracy, wait. Look, I've come to apologise.
Oh?
No, it was my fault you ran off like you did. I drove you away, and I'm sorry.
I wasn't born yesterday, Steve. I know what game you're playing.
Look, I can't imagine how you must have felt or how it looked, but you got the wrong end of the stick.
No, Steve. I finally saw you for what you are.
Oh, I wasn't trying to use you. You imagine that.
Anyway, it doesn't matter now. I'm over it. I've moved on. I suggest you do the same thing.
Well, it's not that simple, is it? There is Amy.
Oh, no. She's over it too. You know, she has completely forgotten who you are. She called Ken Daddy this morning. Quite sweet, really.
I'm a father.
Yeah, and I'm a mother, and I decide who she sees, and I've decided you are totally unsuitable company.
So, fight's definitely back on. You'll not change your mind again.
Shh! Not so loud. I don't want Claire finding out. Else we'll be in for a good hiding.
All I'm saying is, if in the cold light of day...
In the cold light of day, all I can think about is pulverising Marvin Maddox's face. I mean, the things he said about her. He's crossed the line. He'll be rude to my wife and I'm going to ruin his life. Oh, he's got me doing it now.
Yes, well, you played right into his hand. It's all psychology, you know.
I'll knock him into the middle of next week when I get my hands on him.
If you want to beat Marvin Maddox, you'll have to box out of your skin. You have to be in peak physical condition.
I'm in pretty good shape as it is.
Not good enough. I'm only being honest.
All right, I'll join that new gym on Carroll Street.
No need. I've worked it all out. Meet your new personal trainer.
The only thing more shifty looking than a baseball cap is a baseball cap and sunglasses.
Yeah, but at least if we caught on CCTV, you'll be able to make us out.
Scooter, my darling, I'll be surprised we don't get to the end of the street without getting stopped.
Yeah, I suppose.
Besides, all we're going to do is fill a lemonade bottle up with water.
Yeah, water from a pond in a private dwelling. Technically, we're breaking an entrance. Look, if you don't want to come, you don't have to. I mean, I don't want to get into trouble.
We're looking at koi carp, not robbing a bank. Chill, baby, chill.
We're doing a stock take, or was it just an excuse?
They were just an excuse. You're going to do a workout.
In the butchers, obviously.
Well, if you won't give me the idea when we have been lambasting that poor pig. Ah, then. Who needs dumbbells when you've got these?
I'm meant to be pumping iron, not spring lamb.
Oh, give up the mithering and you do 20 goals. Go and sit in your chair.
How do I look?
Nice.
You don't like it, do you? I knew I shouldn't have worn this skirt.
No, you look nice. It's just not exactly, practical.
Practical? We're going for a driving country, not potholing.
Not potholing, no, but you did say you liked the big outdoors.
No. When I said I were Catherine Ross on a bike, I meant... It's been a while.
I hate being a number. Why can't you call me something else? Something a bit more... funky.
What, like, 43? Or 44? Or 50?
I was thinking about, like, alpha male. Bass to alpha male. You see, I like the sound of that.
Alpha male?
All right, then, you can be alpha male. I'll be lone wolf.
Alpha male to lone wolf. Come in, please.
How about scout plonker? Alpha male, a scout plonker. What are you doing here?
Missed the bus, thought I'd take a taxi into town.
Right, I'll take you.
Nah, I don't want you pestering me all the way there. He can take me. I've seen you in here before, but I didn't catch your name.
Lloyd.
Nice name.
Where's Amy?
She's in safe hands, not that it's any of your business.
Oh, it is my business. Look, Tracy, just let me see her, please.
No, can't do that, I'm afraid.
Well, you need all the help you can get.
Yes, that's why I'm lucky to have a loving and supportive family.
She needs a father figure.
And I'm hoping to find one soon.
Look, Tracy, you've made your point. You can't just shut me out of her life.
Aww, temper.
Just let me see her a few times a week. Just a couple of hours, even.
Yeah, OK, you can see her for 10 minutes this afternoon.
When?
Well, let me see time I get back from town, 3 o'clock.
Thank you.
Cost you, though.
What?
50 quid and my taxi into town.
You're going to charge me to see my own daughter?
Take it or leave it, Steve.
Go on, then. Go on. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move. You're not a ballet dancer. Move your feet. Your feet. Don't stop. Don't stop. You can't stop. Come on. Move your feet. Go on. Duck and weave. Duck and weave. Duck and flaming weave. God, that's it. Give it a good leathering. Give it a good leathering. That's it. Lace it. That's it. It's a vegetarian. It's a vegan. It's a flaming vegan. That's it, Ashley. Leather it. Go on. Lace it.
Hey, look who it is.
I don't want Charlie to know. Not until I've come back from the shop with his paper.
You sure you're up to it?
It's only across the street.
I know, but, you look terrified.
How can I be scared of going to fetch a paper?
Water? Can I have a pint?
Your body's a temple now. Alcohol's a no-no.
I'm gagging.
You get that down, yeah, you'll be right as rain.
Don't think I'm not grateful. But the difference between Marvin Maddox and the size of Elephant, the elephant's dead. It can't put its guard up, it can't bob and weave, and most of all, it can't hit back.
He's right. All the weightlifting and cardio work in the world is no substitute for a good sparring partner.
Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing.
Well, thank you to keep your trunk out.
Sorry? I was only trying to help.
We don't need help.
Speak for yourself. So have you done much boxing then?
Yeah, when I was in the army, mainly. I slipped the kids out of the boxing gym over the Red Lion on Cuthbert Street.
Oh, so you know your stuff? I don't suppose you'll give us an hand, could you?
If you like.
I've only been a trainer for a morning and already you're sacking me. Why, I knew this was a ruthless sport.
Oh, no, Nathan can be my trainer, you can still be my manager.
No.
We'll be a team, 3 of us.
No.
Who's this butcher you're boxing anyway?
Another butcher called Maddox.
So you and all the other local butchers have got a little competition going, have you?
No, it's just a one-off fight to death. We hate each other.
You know, I don't know what you've done to her, but she's seriously cheesed off with you.
She's no angel herself, mate, to be warned.
Hey. The boss's ex. Don't be daft, I'm steering well clear.
No, I don't mean that. We're well ancient history. No, just don't come between me and my daughter, that's all.
Hey, excited at seeing her.
I don't think about anything else, mate. I've missed her like crazy, yeah.
Hey, well, enjoy her while she's still cute.
She'll always be cute, mate. And I'll always try and be the best dad I can.
All right. See you later, kid.
See you, buddy.
Hello.
Come see Amy.
I think it'll take more than a cuddly toy to get round Tracy.
Oh, no, it's all arranged. Bit expensive, mine, but Amy's worth it.
Well, Amy's not here. Tracy took her out about an hour ago.
She can't do this. We had an arrangement. Where is she?
Sorry, can't help you.
It's no laughing matter, Sarah.
I know, it's just the weirdest way to spend your day off. Ugh.
Come on. Look at you. Animals might be suffering here. Dying, maybe.
I know, I'm sorry.
Stay close to me, yeah? Don't wander off.
Yeah, okay. To be honest, I'm surprised you can tell a sick goldfish. I wouldn't know a sick goldfish if you smacked me around the face with one.
You're sick, all right? Getting worse by the day, I'd say.
You never see fish in an animal hospital, for instance.
Not cuddly like cats and dogs, are they? They still feel pain. I wish there was something we could do. Right, come on.
I asked Violet not to tell you.
She told me because she's worried about you. We all are.
Well, that's why I thought I'd go out. Make an effort.
Why, you didn't get any further than the back door.
So what are we going to do?
Ring the RSPCA. What can we do?
We could launch a rescue mission.
Be serious.
I am being serious. We could go in there, get the fish, get out, shh, like the SAS.
Keep taking the mic.
I am being deadly serious. Free the weather... How many of them are there?
About 10?
Free the Weatherfield 10.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We had an arrangement.
Oh, sorry, it must have slipped my mind.
You had no intention of letting me see Amy, did you? This was just a ruse to get money out of me.
What a really nice top, though, Steve, don't you think? Well, Amy, a T-shirt, too. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're never going to see her in it, are you?
You lying little bitch.
See, that's more like it, Steve. All that smarmy grovelling don't really suit you.
I'm prepared to be reasonable about this, but I'll be damned if I let you give me the runaround.
It made my day, Steve, knowing that while I was spending your money, you were stood on the doorstep.
I can't see what you think you're going to get out of all this. All it's going to do is that Amy's going to grow up resenting you, hating you, just like everybody else does.
Why? Because I'm protecting her from a man who would walk all over somebody to get what he wants. I think I'm being a responsible parent, Steve.
I can't believe a self-centered little cow like you would want a little sprog following around all day. Where are you going to find the time to throw yourself at all the men?
Get off your high horse, Steve. You didn't even want to know Amy till Karen left.
I love Amy, and you know that.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you say you do. But what Steve says and what Steve does aren't necessarily the same thing.
I can't believe you're doing this. Using Amy to get at me, to punish me.
It's working a treat, Steve. I can't believe I stayed away so long.
Yeah, well, it's nasty, it's selfish, and it's cruel.
Oh, all the words I'd use to describe your behaviour of late.
Listen to me. I'm going to give you one last chance. Either we sit down and come to some arrangement.
Don't threaten me, you creep. Get away from me.
Fine. If that's the way you want to play it, then you'll be hearing from my solicitor.
Ooh, I'm quaking in my boots, Steve.
I hate the way I look. Every time I look in the mirror, I see me mum staring back at me.
Well, if you think that going on a diet's going to bring you out of yourself, then go ahead, I'll help.
No, I think I need something more drastic than that.
Yeah?
People will probably say I should snap out of it, but I can't.
What is it?
I don't want to tell you because you'll probably laugh.
Sweetheart, anything that is going to help you get back on your feet, I am 100% behind.
Anything.
Yeah. Now, what is this all about?
Well, it probably wouldn't be too drastic. And wouldn't be too expensive. But I'm thinking of having plastic surgery.
Don't be ridiculous, you mad?
Say it. You think I should let him see Amy?
Well, we think you should at least consider it.
Really?
You can't deny that he loves her.
Can't I?
He's Amy's father. Whatever happens between you two, you can't change that fact.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Look, love, I know he really hurt you.
He hurt both of us, Mum, and I won't let him do that to us again.
Why aren't you at work?
Took a sickie.
Why, what's up with you?
Nothing. I feel wicked.
I'm never drinking again. What are you doing?
Making a list.
Don't forget bread. Do you know, I was dreaming about fish all night.
Carp. You promised.
Oh, darling Scooter, I was drunk. Please, let's do it tomorrow. Please, hon. I feel really sick.
The carp might be dead by tomorrow.
I'm dead right now.
Come here. Come on. Look at them. They're beautiful.
Whatever.
We're their friends.
Scooter, my darling, they've got a 7-second memory. They don't even know who we are.
I need you, babe. The carp need you.
Dress elegant, ne pas? Warren, it's called French. If you want to be a model, then I'm going to have to learn it.
Why?
Well, I'm not staying in this dump. I'm going to move to Paris.
What about me?
Well, you can always play for Paris United.
It's called Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not going shopping. It's called retail therapy.
Yeah, well, you're the only therapy I need, babes.
Don't you ever get bored of me?
No.
I'll see you before I go to work. I don't know what to say to that.
Look, I know you're busy, Roy. This won't take long.
It's just that I am hoping to go fully operational today, with a few minor
It's about
adjustments.
me and Tracy. Things have got messy.
Do I detect a note of understatement there.
Just a bit.
I assume this is about Amy.
I know you love her, Roy.
Oh, well, like my own daughter, which, of course, I thought she was at one point.
Which is why I wanted to talk to you. See, you're the only one that knows what I'm going through.
Well, I'm not sure whether I should be honoured or what.
I'm going to apply for parental responsibility.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm sure you know that I haven't always approved of your involvement in Amy's life, but over the past few months you have proved me wrong. You'll be a fine father. It was for that reason, and that reason only, that I signed that letter.
This is going to go to court, Roy. I'm going to need you to say you're not Amy's father. Now, hopefully it won't go that far. My solicitor says I stand a good chance. And if Tracy's got any sense, she won't push it.
And what if she does?
Well, it's your name on the birth certificate. If Tracy won't let me do a DNA test, then I'm going to have to prove I'm Amy's dad.
You know, having Amy with us those few short days was near to paradise for us. Giving her up was the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do. And now I might have to do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She needs a father.
She needs both of us, mate.
Not a problem, Violet. Of course Kieran won't mind. It's not like he's got a life or anything. Yeah. I'll see you later. Violet's going to be half an hour late.
What do you think you're playing at?
Didn't think you'd be bothered.
I'm the senior bar person here.
But does that come with some kind of name tag? Gold star?
But Shelley's not around. I run the pub.
You couldn't run a tap, Kieran.
Who's minding the bar? Kieran, you can't just...
I'm sorry! OK?
Just can't get the staff.
I booked a consultation for tomorrow
What?
at the clinic. Well...
How am I walking?
You're moving your legs.
She'll probably sleep for half an hour. I'll give her a tea when we get back.
Put your eyes back in, Ken.
Oh, if that skirt was any shorter, it'd be a hat.
I don't know what your brother sees in her. She's so common.
She's down to earth.
What's he doing?
We ain't checking the tyres, is he, Candy?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get used to it, hun. Models are public property.
Sorry about that, people, but you can never be too careful, especially when you're transporting such valuable goods.
It's ready.
Oh, looks amazing.
Sarah?
Okay. Okay.
Right. Operation Carp.
Oh, I've never been in a tank before.
We have to go in when it's dark, yeah?
Hey, if you're the Indian, can I be the cowgirl?
We'll climb over this wall at the back of the garden, yeah?
Okay, but what's this?
That's the pond.
But I'm scared of sharks.
It's a carp!
Sorry. All right, I'm gonna take it serious, okay? Okay.
Right. So, we'll take the carp out of the pond one at a time.
Okay.
We've got to be careful not to upset him, yeah?
Okay, can I just make one suggestion, though?
What?
Why don't we fly them out?
Right, you're dead. Come here. Come here.
No, seriously.
I'm trying to show
it
you
makes
what...
sense if we just send them out.
Come here.
Whatever it is, I'm telling Mum.
Mr. Bit Scooter, I hate to tell you this, pal, but they're meant to be dirty. It's putting fish in it. Fish?
They're ill.
It's a rescue mission.
Dave?
Oh, yeah, but it's supposed to be top secret, so don't say anything, or else.
Or else what?
You'll get battered.
Do you want salt and vinegar with them, mate?
Your brother, he's telling the whole street.
Oh, come on, pal, I won't say anything. Cross me heart and hope to fry.
Is this not funny? You lot might not care if a few fish die, but... well, I do.
I care.
Right, so, well, how do you know when they're sick, then? No, I'm serious, Scooter. Well, you can usually tell by the colour of the scales.
Scooter knows a lot about fish.
Why do you know when they're dead?
When you eat them with chips. Excuse me, guys. Can I help you?
No, thanks.
Well, if you're looking for Charlie, he's...
I'm not. What the hell are you doing here?
Thanks, Ken.
I asked you a question, Liz.
I heard.
Oh, I get it. Come begging, have you, for poor little Steve?
I hate to disappoint you, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you, Tracy.
We were discussing Bob.
Oh, I know. He's fled the country to escape her, has he?
Tracy! You're pushing your luck.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Come on, Mum.
I'd get used to that question if I were you. It's probably the only thing Amy's ever going to say to you.
You're going to hear from my solicitor. Because I'm applying for parental responsibility.
I don't think so.
I'm going to get access, Tracy. Whether you like it or not.
You don't have any rights, Steve.
Well, we'll see what the judge has to say, shall we? After Roy's testifying. Oh, what's the matter? You got nothing to say?
I picked up some bloke one night and we had sex. I don't know his name. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I might be a slag, Steve. But you're not Amy's father. That's all I've got to say, Your Honour.
Right, are you ready?
I was born ready. You know what I mean. I feel like I've been waiting my whole life to do something like this.
It's not exactly the Italian job, is it?
Right, you. Remember, if you see Mum, you don't know where we are and you don't know where we're going, all right?
Sounds a bit fishy to me.
After this, you're next.
Gotta need a bigger skip.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
Cheers. Have one yourself?
Yeah, maybe later.
I'll hold you to that.
Been looking for you two.
If you don't mind, Tracy, we are trying to have a quiet drink.
You missed all the excitement earlier.
What happened?
Well, let's just say me and Steve, we cleared the air. I told him he's not the father.
I don't think this is pertinent to us.
Well, according to Steve, it is. According to him, you're going to testify for him.
I merely said that I would tell the truth.
Yeah, well, the truth is whatever I tell him in court. And if you want to see Amy again, you'll remember that.
You can't threaten us anymore.
Oh, no. This isn't a threat. You're either with us or against us. And if you love Amy as much as you say you do, that shouldn't be so hard for you.
We won't get involved. Between Tracy and Steve.
Good. Right, well, just to show you there's no hard feelings. You can have Amy on Sunday all day if you like.
That'd be lovely.
Oh, she'll be over the moon.
I have to see Amy.
She's using her to manipulate us.
I know, and I know it's wrong. And I feel sorry for Steve, but for once, you and me are going to be selfish.
You didn't try hard enough. I have put 150% into your career.
You should have sent me in there in the first place.
She said I was thick, Warren.
Give it a rest, Candy. So you blew it. That's how these things go. It's not the end of the world, you know.
Maybe not for someone as gorgeous and talented as you.
You winning?
Not really. But the night's still young.
Oh, no.
Do it again. Here. What's up?
They look even worse.
Oh, please tell me that fish is asleep. if you can understand me, but I'm here to help.
You said one drink.
See? It's still one drink.
You do magic, wow.
Yeah! I can make people disappear as well.
Go on then.
It's done. Would Shelley please reveal herself?
Come on, that isn't funny.
I got her to float once. She wouldn't come down.
Seriously, Charlie, I feel weird about this anyway.
Why?
Well, because you wanted to sack me, remember?
Yeah, and the amazing Mr. Stubbs saved your job. And you owe me another drink.
Actually, I'm a little bit tired.
No, you're not. I'm just boring.
You read minds as well.
Yeah.
Well, what am I thinking?
I can see handbags and ironing boards and... Oh, yeah. You think I'm gorgeous?
Well, that's amazing.
That's what they tell me.
You really fancy yourself, don't you?
Someone has to. We're not doing it for Shell, that's for certain.
You know, just because a woman goes off sex...
She's gone off life. Say something.
What are you drinking?
I think that's all of them.
Yep.
Mr. Saw!
Sarah!
You there! What on earth do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
We're saving the fish!
George! Call the police!
No, wait for me! Wait for me!
I can see you!
Go, Scooter, come on!
We should get Shelley down here. If anyone needs a night out, then it's her. I'm sorry.
Forget it.
No, listen, Shelley isn't well.
She's pathetic.
Well, I don't think that's the answer.
Trust me, it's better than the one Shelley's found. I think he's getting worried.
So?
Violet.
I can read minds as well.
What am I thinking?
It's not the nice girls, excuse me. I've seen that look. Charlie.
Don't move. Back in a minute.
I'm really sorry. I can't. Please don't tell Jason. Charlie, I'm sorry.
You sound like that stupid slag upstairs.
Right, well, that's filtration sorted.
Mum is gonna slaughter you.
No one she knows they would have died otherwise.
You're gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
Scooter! When I get out of here, and I mean when, I'm redecorating. New paint, new curtains. I'm going to rip that carpet up. Charlie, you won't be able to recognise this place when I've finished.
Just promise me I'll still recognise you.
Have you seen what you've done to my fence?
What fence?
Shut David. Mum, they had to be rescued.
Oh, I see it was a mercy dash. So stuff Mum's garden. My fuchsia's in tatters.
It was an emergency. They were dying.
They're fish.
Living things.
They're not even your fish, another woman's fish.
They needed us.
For heaven's sake, Sarah, this is real life, not Free Willy.
Well, actually, Mum, for your information, Willie was real.
And he wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in a skip, I'll tell you that.
But he's an orca whale. These are carp. I mean, you can't really compare the
Oh,
two.
for heaven's sake, Scooter, just pull yourself together, will you? You're a grown man and you've got fish in a skip. Now get him out of here and grow up.
You're gonna make me proud of you, eh?
Violet!
Not now, Charlie.
Thought you meant to be off sick today.
Just came out for a breath of fresh air.
Can't be much of a lurgy if fresh air's all you need.
It's just a headache.
Sorry?
It's a really bad headache.
Headache? Poor old Jason, eh?
What do you fancy for your tea tonight? How does kidney grab you?
Oh, yeah, nice one.
Oh, good, because we've got 2 for 1 at Freshco's. And you can do the week shop while you're there.
Well, you do it.
Jason, I know that I am half woman, half trolley, but you're your own boss today, not me. So why don't you just give yourself the early dance?
Mum, can't Violet do it or something?
The girl's not well.
Yeah, so she says.
Oh, listen to you, Mr. One Sniffle, and you've got the flu. Hey, and when you get home, make sure you run her a bath and make her a nice cup of tea. OK? Oh, sometimes she's such a bloke.
It was like she read my mind. I mean, it was never the surgery I was worried about. It was always the afterwards.
She put your mind at rest?
Oh, totally. Well, the incisions are going to be really tiny. And the stitches, well, they're going to be really fine. More like little hairs, really.
So, do you think we cracked it then?
I just feel so much clearer in my mind now I know it's going to happen. Do you know, I loved it when she drew on me. Because I'm going to look back and I'm going to remember that that was the moment when my life started changing for the better.
Hiya.
You all right? What are you doing here?
Come to see you.
Well, it makes a change.
I'm really sorry about earlier. It's just... my head was killing me.
Is all it was?
Yeah. Oh, no, I've been in one of my moods.
What, 'cause of me?
No. I don't know what it is. It's just I've been mad as anything and I just didn't want to inflict it on you and that's why I stayed away.
I'll get you a hot bath and a nice cup of tea when we get in, eh?
I don't deserve you, do I?
Come here.
Jason.
Place is still standing. That's a good sign. How'd it go?
Yeah, fine.
Good. I'm very glad to see you giving her what she needs. She's a little bit fragile, this one. Feeling better, Violet?
Yeah, thanks.
Now, I want you to take her home and give her plenty of TLC. And hopefully, my love, we'll see you right as rain in the morning, yeah?
Oh, cheers, mate.
Right, chaps? Oh, it's the Glee Club. All right.
Warren needs a word. He's had a knockback.
Well, club ain't renewing my contract. I've been terminated. Hard luck, son.
Well, you can say a bit more than that to him.
OK, if you want gutted, I'm gutted. All right? Shocked and stunned? No, I ain't. Cheers, Dad.
Well, I am. He gave everything to that club.
Well, that's it, Frank. Make out the world's against him, love, because that's really going to help him, innit?
Have you any idea what he's feeling?
Don't talk so far back. Of course I know how he's feeling. We'll work it out, son, don't worry.
Hey! Look, I had to have something done to cheer myself up.
Candy. I'm at the club.
What?
I've been dropped.
Oh, come on, guys. If this is another wind-up, then...
No, love.
Oh, my God.
Get her a chair.
You know, I better pinch myself because this is not happening to me.
Strictly speaking, love, it's happening to him. Do you mind?
How could you do this to me? First you get me rejected by the modelling agency, and now you're not even a footballer anymore.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not, Warren. If you're not a member of a club, you are not a footballer. End of. You're just a stupid little boy. I have been wasting my time standing in the freezing cold watching a kid kicking a ball around and ruining my shoes in the process.
Yeah, I'll get another club.
Everyone is laughing at us, Warren. Your teammates, their girlfriends, everybody we hang about with.
That's a bit strong, Candice. Come on.
I got a catsuit in a county colours for you.
Yeah, I'll get you another catsuit.
No, read my lips, Warren. It is not about the catsuit. You made me think that we were going somewhere, but all the time you've been holding me back. You are going nowhere because you're a loser. We're so finished.
I've been thinking.
Go on.
Are you free, work-wise, all of August?
Pretty much. Why?
Well, I thought after the operation and when all the swelling's gone down, maybe we could go away somewhere hot.
Oh, yeah. Well, how's that going to work? Seeing as you have a panic attack every time you set foot on the stairs.
It'll be different, won't it?
You tell me.
Because after my operation, I'll be able to face the world.
I hope so.
Hey, you seen the invoice for that Stanley Street job?
On the desk, innit?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't find it, though.
Charlie, you know Violet?
Yeah?
She's still not well.
How do you mean?
Oh, she's off work again, keeps being sick. Reckon she's got a bug.
Oh. Well, I hope she gets better soon.
But, well, I don't reckon she's got a bug.
No?
No. I think she's pregnant.
Jason, just because she's ill, it doesn't mean...
She was sick this morning, said she couldn't face breakfast, and last night there was something definitely on her mind, but she wouldn't say what. I think she knows she's pregnant, but scared of telling me. I don't know, thinks I'll be annoyed or something.
And would you be?
No. Be made up.
Still, it is an improvement on the Joy Rider and Larry Grayson.
Gil! This one only rescues fish.
In your garden?
Bloody great skip full of fish.
So what did you say? Oh, you exploded, didn't you?
Sort of.
Oh.
No, I am trying to think rationally. I do want to accept Scooter, but there are limits. He's only been in my house 5 minutes and already he's harbouring stolen goods on my back lawn. I'm harbouring stolen goods. I mean, I would have made a joke about being a fence if he hadn't have smashed mine to bits driving his skip onto the back lawn.
So what are you going to do?
What I did all last night. Slowly count to 100.
And then what?
Scream. Quietly. To myself.
But I'm not going to get anything from a load of invoices, am I?
That depends.
On what?
Are these jobs that he's done or jobs that he's going to do?
A bit of both, I think.
Well, I think Charlie Stubbs has been on the fiddle for ages. I mean, there was a bit of a row a while back about him overcharging Dev or something. Got proper royalty did when it all came out. Lost a lot of custom.
So you reckon he might have been doing the same with these customers?
You know the man as well as I do.
I bet he's been charging for work that don't need doing. I bet he's been inflating his costs. Yeah, but what can I do with that?
What's to stop you having a chat with these people? Tell them that you're thinking about having some work done by Charlie, and if they felt that he had overcharged them.
Or I could phone the ones he's put in for work with and warn them he'll overcharge him.
Get them to drop him, that'd hurt him.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I do. I'm going to enjoy this.
Can't keep him escape.
Well, what are we going to do with him?
Chicken and mushroom, want it?
Yeah.
We could release him.
Salt and vinegar?
No, just vinegar.
On both?
Yeah.
Somewhere where they could swim free.
Oh, not around here. The only water around here is the canal.
You can call it water. Why, what are you on about anyway?
Oh, nothing.
Father, I'm not ashamed. We liberated some fish.
You what? Fish?
Yeah, we're keeping them escape in the back garden.
Are you having a laugh?
I'm looking for somewhere else for him, though.
Giving away, are you? Oh, I'll have a word with boss if you like.
Oh, no. What sort of fish do you serve here anyway?
No idea, love. Shove enough batter on an old boot and this lot round here would eat it. As long as it's drenched in vinegar and mushy peas.
Cheers, hello.
See ya.
Wasn't expecting you back.
Oh, I wanted to check on you. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah? Been sick again?
No, not since earlier.
You don't have to pretend anymore.
Pretend what?
I'm made up, honest.
I don't...
Look, Violet, I don't want you to be frightened. I know we've not talked about it, I know it's not been planned, but that doesn't matter. We'll make it work. I'm not going to be like my dad. I'm going to look after you. Both of you.
Jason, I'm not pregnant.
Oi! I want a word with you. What? Don't you want me, you over-made-up trollop. Who do you think you are, dumping my warrant, kicking him while he's down?
Oh, look, Frankie, it's got nothing to do with you.
I took you into my home when you had nowhere else to go. I took your side when everyone else was calling you an empty-headed bimbo. And all the time you were using my warrant.
No, I wasn't. I loved him.
No, you didn't. You just loved the doors being held open for you. Because you're nothing but a backstreet little tart with no talent, no brains, no future and no mates.
Look, you can't just slag me off like that, Frankie.
Darling, I'll do more than slag you off. You break my son's heart when his team drops him. How low are you?
Did he say that? That broke his heart?
He didn't have to. He's at home now, sobbing his guts out.
Rizzo! Come on! Yes! Mum! Mum!
What's happened?
I've been transferred.
Hey?
County's been on the phone. They transferred me. I'm still playing. I'm on a team. A better team.
Oh, babe. What team? What division?
Division 1.
Well, Blackpool, Stockport County.
Spanish Division 1.
What?
Real Aguirre. Mum, I'm going to Spain.
Oh, my God. Spain.
Oh. I'm going to Spain, Mum! I'm going to Spain!
I can't do it on my own.
You'll manage. The rush is over now.
And what if somebody orders food? I'd have to leave the bar. I've had to leave the bar to come up here.
I can't come down. I just can't.
It's supposed to be a pub. Only it's not, is it? Not anymore. It's a joke. I might as well put a notice up on the door saying, try the Weatherfield Arms or the Flying Horse.
I'll phone Fred, see if he can help.
It's a barmaid I need, not a butcher. What's the point? Why should I care if this place goes down the Swanee, eh? It's a flaming joke.
I wish you weren't going.
Look what happened when he tried to carve his path out of Brentford. Dishonourable discharge within weeks. You watch. A couple of bottles of carver with a local talent, and he'll be on the next flight back here, you'll see.
Dad, I won't.
No, of course you won't, son. I'm just trying to cheer your mum up, that's all.
Don't you want me to do well?
No, of course she does. All I'm saying is... Saved by the bell.
No, I'll take that back.
Hi, is Warren in?
What's it matter to you? He don't want groupies sniffing round.
Mum.
You send her packing.
Come on. Can I see you in the Rovers later?
Yeah, great. Adios.
Hiya! Come on! How was your day? Well, I didn't have Ken down as a practical joker.
Ken?
Yeah, he said that Bob had got a thing about boats.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the thing is that as soon as he sets foot on one, he chucks up. Oh. So we spent the whole afternoon in the laundrette washing his shirt.
Oh, romantic.
How was your date with a dozen nicked invoices?
Oh, that? No. No, I didn't do anything.
Good. Because that smacks... Aye! That smacks of making things worse to me. You don't want any more trouble than you've already got.
No.
I'm going back up.
Well, the van's only here.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
It's just... What if it goes wrong and I look even worse?
It won't go wrong. Know what it's costing me? I thought it's what you wanted.
I know. Maybe we should just postpone it and try something else first.
Like what?
I don't know. I need time to think.
You've done nothing but think. It's time to do something.
Do you think I need it? Tell me. Do you think it will help? Tell me honestly, Charlie.
Yes.
He's not here. Assuming that it's Jamie you're after.
Oh, he was supposed to pick me up half an hour ago. You're not taking Jamie off nowhere, are you? No, he's taking me to Formby. It's Warren's last day.
Staying over?
They better not be. I want Jamie back here tonight. I'm proper abandoned. Him off to Spain and you off to Nottingham.
Yeah, but it's work, love. What can I do? Yeah.
That's all right. Don't worry. We're not staying over. You see he's back in good time.
You should try Nottingham. Beats Formby.
Oh, yeah? Beach is good.
The hotels are nice.
How nice.
Really nice.
Right. Best tell Jay. Give him something to save up for.
Oh, that'll take him ages.
Well, that's all right. Because we've got ages. At least I hope so.
Come on, then.
Try.
Slight change of plan.
What?
We're going to my mum's.
What? Maybe you should have dropped me off at the pub. Or is that unsupportive?
If you can't do this for her, then do it for me.
I'm here, aren't I?
Look, it's the first time she's admitted that she's got a problem. That's half the battle, isn't it? Can only get better from now on.
Wait! What have you brought her for? Look at the state of her.
Lippy little cow.
Yeah, takes one to know one.
Get rid of her.
Oi, we've chucked away a day at the sea for her.
Swim off to the sea. Drown yourself.
Mum, what about a meeting?
I'm coming. Let me get me coat.
You can't go drunk.
You were late.
What? By 3 minutes? What do you do? Pour it down the funnel?
I want to see my son. My baby boy.
Get off me.
Dumper. She's poison. Make her go.
Oh, don't worry. She's going. We both are. Come on, Jamie. Come on!
You deserve each other. Deserve it.
I just want to let you know that you'll never be forgotten. It's been great. And thanks.
Am I getting punished here?
I just love Jason, that's all.
Nobody said you don't.
Don't want to hurt him.
Do you love Jason less since what happened the other night?
No, I love him more because I've had to think about losing him.
Well, you could argue that what happened between us has been good for you and Jason.
It hasn't.
It's not what I'm hearing. And it could get even better.
Please, it's done me head in. I don't want it to happen again, and you've got to respect that. Otherwise, I'm going straight upstairs and I'm going to hammer notice into Shelley.
OK. Chill out. I thought we had a bit of harmless flirting going on. I've obviously got it wrong.
So you let it go?
Of course.
Thank you.
Right, we're in now. You can stop sulking.
I'm hungry.
Will I get you some chips?
Not a good answer, Jamie.
Well, I haven't got any money, have I? I spent it all on petrol.
And flowers.
Fine.
Oh, what you got in here?
You off, bruv?
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as Mum lets go of me.
You will write, won't you?
Oh, don't set him up to fail, love.
He can write.
Yeah, well, you won't have to, will you? Here, have that.
Hey, what's this?
That's one of them photo phones, isn't it? So you can send your mum pictures of the other players' legs.
How am I meant to see him?
I've got you one and all. There you go. Have that. That's a fair swap, isn't it? Not so much losing the sun as gaining a new form of technology. Hello, mate.
Take one of me and Warren, will ya?
What are you talking about, you donut? That's what you've got a regular camera for.
You'll send it to me, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course I will. Every day. You take this.
Yeah, just bang him in the back, Jamie. Look, get off him. Get off him. Go on, off you go, son. Here, look. That should keep you in potatoes brothers for a bit, all right? I love you. Be good.
Yes, love you.
Ta-da.
That on, bruv?
Yeah, right, pick that up. See you later, mate. Look after yourself, yeah? Lateral.
Later.
Take care, look after yourself.
Hat-trick first game?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Someone needs a glass of wine. Come on.
How was the seaside?
I knew I'd spend hours on the motorway for summer.
You didn't make it then?
Don't ask.
Do you know something? The beaches in Nottingham are something else.
Something else?
Yeah, something else entirely. In fact, they're hotels with restaurants.
All right, and why would I want to spend more hours on the motorway?
Well, you know...
And how would I get back for work in the morning?
Ah, you see...
Tell you what, tell your Jamie Leanne says he can stick his chips. I'm going home for dry bread and water. See ya.
Ta-da.
Just had them going.
Oh, I don't love it here, though. It's like squatting Buckingham Palace.
Come on! For pity's sake, come on! There they are! The little thieves!
Quick, get the rest in.
I'm trying.
They're just money to you, aren't they? Them fish as living creatures.
Come on, swim, swim.
It's no good putting them back now. We've seen you.
We're not licking them. We're saving them. They were dying.
There was nothing wrong with our fish.
These aren't yours. They were fostered, rescued from certain death. Surely if anyone was stealing, it was their last owner, stealing their lives. I gave them that back. So surely they became mine, you know, morally like.
Touching. Arrest her.
What?
And arresting you on suspicion of theft. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later rely on in court.
Oh, hello. Thought you'd gone to Nottingham.
Well, I have. You ask Frankie.
Well, you're not coming in. Janice is upstairs.
Oh, right. So, how was your dry bread and water?
Well, it was better for a toaster and a tea bag.
Only I know this great little restaurant that does fantastic light evening snacks.
Oh, at this time of night?
Well, it's more sort of room service, really, than a restaurant.
Oh, not flaming Nottingham again.
No, Flaming Manchester, their sister hotel.
Right.
Hey, you all right? You're out late?
Yeah, just doing a bit of neighbourhood watch.
All right. Hey, Charlie's not paid you to keep an eye on his yard, has he? Shut up.
Right. So what's it going to be, then? A night upstairs moaning to Janice about what you never did inform me, or a night in a posh hotel with me, getting pampered like a princess?
Just get my toothbrush.
That's my girl.
Have a drink with me.
No, I don't want to.
I don't understand what's changed.
I thought we were getting on great. There was a real buzz between us. I didn't make that up, did I?
Right, if you don't let me go, I'm going to shout, Shelley.
Oh, yeah? How loud?
She'd hear me.
She'll have a job. She's not here.
Yes, she is.
Go on.
Shout. I was only trying to have a conversation with you. Do you know, I'm not sure that I like the way that I'm getting all the blame for what happened between us.
I'm not blaming you, I accept. Some of it was my fault, but I just don't want it to happen again.
So, you admit you gave me mixed messages the other night?
I don't know. Maybe I was drunk. I wasn't thinking straight.
So you can't blame me for wondering if you really mean the message that you're giving me now?
I do.
I think you don't. I think you don't want the responsibility. You want the excitement. But you don't want the guilt.
I want to go home.
Because that way, we could both have what we want. But you could feel it wasn't your doing.
Let me out.
Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah?
Oh, no. Brown on red on sausage.
No. I like red on both.
Is that a southern thing?
No, it's not. No. All right, here's a teaser for you, then. What does Jamie prefer?
Don't know.
Ah, you see, he's a brown man, and so's Ron.
Ah, he's a Spanish omelette man this morning.
He is indeed, but it proves that it ain't a southern thing.
Bet Frankie's going to miss him, isn't she?
Yeah, well, we both will.
Do you love Frankie?
What happened to talking about sauce?
Don't you hate it, the way they put it in little bowls with a Ponzi spoon? Loads of extra work just so posh people don't have the trauma of squeezing a bottle. It's that little farty noise they're afraid of, you know?
Frankie loves that. And I love her. More than any woman I've ever met.
Mind you, the neck of a brown sauce bottle can be a scary sight sometimes. Roy's very hot on that, you know?
You love Jamie?
Well, would I be here?
I am.
Yeah, well, I'm still making my mind up.
I don't want either of them getting hurt, you know that, don't you?
Well, then why do this?
You ever been skiing, Liam?
No.
Well, when you take a tumble, it don't half hurt, but that's the most exciting part about it. Swerve this, swerve that, you don't have to take a tumble. Not if you know what you're doing and you're careful enough.
What, like we are?
And when you finally get to the bottom, you just take your skis off, pick them up, and go home. OK?
Speaking of which, better make tracks soon, haven't we?
Oh, hello. I'm after a room. A double, please. Yeah, just a one night. You okay?
Yeah.
Just booking a bread and breakfast. Won't be long. Sorry, yeah, Stubbs. Charlie, Stubbs. Thank you.
Have you heard the good news?
No.
Shelley Unwin has left the building.
She's finally taken my advice and gone to get professional help.
Right, well, how long will she be gone?
We went to see the consultant yesterday. They kept her in overnight, but they reckon the best thing for her is a couple of weeks away.
A couple of weeks?
R&R, they call it.
I'm driving her up to Scotland. Going to do some B&Bs in the Highlands.
You're going with her?
Of course I am.
The great outdoors. A perfect cure. I said the perfect cure.
Now, that means me, you and Betty are holding the fort. But hey, we're doing that anyway, aren't we?
Hey, you just...
Other mothers get shoplifters and joyriders. I get fish rustlers.
My conscience is clear.
My daughter has a police caution against her and your conscience is clear.
As clear as that tank.
I wish I'd pleaded not guilty.
Then you'd have ended up in court like him.
The only reason I pleaded guilty was because I thought I was guilty.
You were guilty. You stole someone's fish.
We didn't steal them, we liberated them.
They weren't your property. You'd no right to liberate them.
They were dying. Did we not have a right to save them?
If next door had a dog, they were treating it so badly that it was dying, and you knew that it was dying...
And they ignore you when you tell them it's dying.
What would you do? Would you lie in bed and listen to it howl in pain all night, or would you take it to a vet and save its life?
I'd call the RSPCA.
Well, yeah, OK, but if I decided to take it to the vet and save its life, would you call me a thief?
No.
The only difference here is fish can't howl. When you breathe through your gills, no one can hear you scream.
I give up. I'm going to work.
I'm really proud of you, you know.
Well, couldn't have done it without you, you know.
Is that you, Jake?
Good morning, Mr. Stubbs.
Mr.
Barnard. You fitted a bedroom wardrobe for me a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. Is there a problem?
I think there might be. I had a phone call from a woman yesterday. She claimed she was doing a customer satisfaction survey.
Oh, yeah? Where was she from?
I don't know. But when I told her I was completely satisfied, she led me to believe that you'd been sleeping with my wife.
I haven't touched your wife.
I'd have you arrested if you had. She's been dead for 18 months.
What does she sound like, this woman?
Middle-aged and drunk. Does that description fit anyone who might have a grudge against you?
Yeah. Yeah, it does, as a matter of fact. And she won't get away with it.
Morning.
You made good time.
Have I?
Yeah, it's meant to be a big pile-up on the M1.
Ah, yeah, well, I took the scenic route through Buxton, didn't I? So, have you heard from number 2, son, yet?
Yeah, he phoned last night. Everything's great, apparently.
Good, good. All right then, babe. I'll see you later on, eh?
See ya.
So last week.
Right then, you coming in for a cup of tea? Or are you going to let Leanne tell you how much she missed you?
She can't have missed me that much. She's still wearing the same get-up.
It's Shelley's mother. Are you sure? Of course it's Shelley's mother, isn't it? Always Shelley's mother. She's got the contact details for people we've done jobs for, then she's been ringing them up and slagging me off.
Well, come to think of it, she was hanging around the yard the other day.
Yeah, there's a pile of invoices gone missing. She must have walked off with them.
Well, what are you going to do?
Dunno. Haven't got time to think about it now. Got to pick Shelley up, then we've got to pack her bags, and we're out of here. But while we're away, I want you to chase up any unpaid invoices.
Oh, come on, Stubbsy, that's the secretary's job.
You can take the week off if you like, but I'm not paying you.
Right.
If anyone else rings up to complain, just explain the situation to them.
What is the situation, mate?
The situation is, me and Shell are being driven mad by a lunatic of a mother, but I'm not going to let her split us up.
Just take it for a test drive.
See if you can get to the corner shop.
I'm facing the wrong way. Well, it sometimes won't turn left, so you'll have to go to the corner shop the long way, round the block.
You've put me in a second-hand shopping centre cast-off with faulty steering.
See if you like it first. We can sort the steering out afterwards.
There.
Come on, everyone's in the bar.
Is there anyone looking?
No.
You're in my way.
Can't you go around?
I can't. Can you not move this van off the pavement?
You'll have to wait a minute. Come on.
No.
Hey, get a move on, buddy. Come on. There's nothing unusual about a woman wearing sunglasses in July.
You didn't see the way he looked at me. He knows something's up.
So what? Who cares?
He'll be telling everyone that you're knocking me about. It'd be like walking into that door all over again.
Well, he could always lose the glasses. Go downstairs and tell him the truth. Nothing to be ashamed of, is it? People have work done on them the whole time these days.
I don't want anyone to know. It'd be like admitting I'm not good enough. I just want the bruising to go away. And I want to walk down those stairs, the new me.
Which is why I've booked us some time away.
Away where?
Cleared it with Fred. Jason's looking after the business. You and me are going to go to Scotland for a week or two while I get over your surgery. We're touring the Highlands. Miles away from this pub, your interfering mother, and all those prying eyes.
She was scared and she was hiding something. And the way he was dragging her about the place.
You reckon he's hitting her again?
But Fred's been on her to see a doctor for a while. Charlie reckons that he's finally persuaded her to go. And he tells us this morning, that you had to spend last night in hospital having treatment.
After the event, in other words.
Yeah, I mean, whatever's wrong with Shelley, it's in her mind, right? So what kind of psychological treatment is going to keep her in hospital for one night?
She spent the night in hospital. It's because he put her there.
Yeah, and now he's taking her to Scotland.
You got to help us, Kieran.
Oh, listen, if he's knocking her about, I might be looking for another job, but he'd be looking for another set of teeth.
Charlie,
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Some time away. Just the two of us. Why wouldn't you want to go?
I'm just not ready for it.
You promised me. You promised me this surgery'd make all the difference.
It will once it's healed.
Well, it can heal while you're driving around Scotland.
I don't want to go on holiday looking like this.
So what would you rather do? Sit in here for another couple of weeks?
Just until it's healed.
You selfish bitch.
Don't talk to me like that.
After all the trouble I've gone to. All the expense, buying that new face for you, sorting out your holiday, sorting out work, after everything I've had to put up with, you would rather sit here on your fat backside feeling sorry for yourself.
Just for a couple of days.
It's gone too far now, Shell. You're turning into some kind of agoraphobic.
I'm not scared of open spaces. I'm just not ready to face people yet.
So Scotland's perfect. Some of the finest open spaces on the planet. Nobody we know, nobody on our back, a completely different country from your mother.
I can't help the way I feel.
Can't you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
How do you feel about me? You keep telling me you love me.
I do.
You'll do anything for me.
I would.
Then do this. Pack your bag and pull yourself together.
What's up?
I've been suspended from my job.
Well, what happened till innocent till proven guilty?
I was caught red-handed using one of their skips. Even if I'm not guilty of theft, I'm guilty of doing a foreigner. I'll be lucky if they don't sack me.
Oh, so are you starting to regret it now?
Evil triumphs when good men do nothing, Mrs. Platt.
And Scooter's not the type to do nothing.
Good, because now he's got some time on his hands, he can mend my fence.
Yeah, no problem, Mrs. Platt.
Do you know, I knew this would happen. Sooner or later, you can't help but disapproving of my boyfriends, can you?
Sarah, he's broken the law, and he's broken my fence. But until the day he breaks your heart, I'll put up with him.
Scooter will never break my heart.
I don't suppose there's any chance you could break his, is there? Would make a change.
I'm not even going to answer that.
So what's for tea?
I can't do it, Charlie!
You can do it! You went to the clinic, you can go on holiday.
I can't!
You spent last night somewhere different, you can do the same tonight.
Please, Charlie, give me a couple of days, Charlie! You hate me!
Break this cycle of it kills me.
I don't want to go, you can't make me go!
You want to bet?
I don't want to go, let me in!
No!
Oh, let me in, let me in!
No, you're coming with me.
Please, Charlie! Oh, Charlie, please don't do this.
Come on, it's for your own good.
No.
Come on.
Get away from her.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. Another door, was it? You scum, you scum, you scum!
She's had plastic surgery.
What's going on?
Nothing. Get back to work.
What's happened to her eyes?
Tell him.
He hasn't.
She's had plastic surgery.
Why would you do that?
Why do you think? Tell him.
Oh,
Oh, great. Leave it to me to explain it all. She's had an eye lift, that's all. Hey, come back here.
Think you better go, mate.
You what?
Go, now.
Don't you want your job?
Get out before I throw you out and don't come back.
Fancy your chances, do you?
Yeah, I fancy me chances. How about you? Fancy taking on a fully grown man for a change, do you?
I never laid a finger on her. But I will lay more on a finger on you if you don't get out of my way right now.
See, here. Take a look. There's the receipt. New Oak Clinic. Cosmetic surgery and treatment. Look good, feel great, receive with thanks. Do you see that? Can you read that? Now leave me alone. Do you want to look, eh? £2,300 plus VAT. Did you really think? I mean, did any of you really think I'd let a man knock me about? Have you forgotten the right hook I gave Peter Barlow in this very bar? Do a closer look. Here. Take a look. This is what I had done, and there's the proof, and I'm not ashamed. Now, has anyone got anything they want to say? Anything anyone wants to ask?
Why did you do it to yourself?
Because I wanted to.
But you were gorgeous as you were.
It's my face, and I'll do what I want with it.
Oh, I bet he put you up to it, though, didn't he?
Right! Get out! How many times do I have to tell you about this pub?
He's destroying you, Shelley.
Bit by bit, you're destroying her! Get out!
Oh, maybe he hasn't raised a hand to you. But he's still responsible. Every single cut and bruise is down to him.
You're obsessed! He's told me what you've been up to. Breaking into his office, ringing his customers, stealing his invoices. You want to lock it up? What were all that about? I've got nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, nobody said you did, Marlowe.
Yeah, but you're all thinking it.
No, we're not.
I did it for me.
Well, can you do something for me and change the subject in case Frankie gets any ideas? Ain't cheap, is it?
Bit of nip and tuck's all the rage these days. All the stars are doing it, eh?
Yeah. There's a lot around here could benefit from it.
What are you looking at me for?
But not everyone's as lucky as me. Not everyone has a fella as generous as my Charlie.
Look, when you said that she'd been for treatment, this is not exactly what we had in mind.
It's what she wanted.
You okay?
What do you think?
Look, I meant well. If we did get the wrong end of the stick, I'm sorry.
You will be.
If I fancy getting a little bit of work done, you'd be too tight to put your hand in your pocket, wouldn't you?
I like you the way you are.
You don't think a couple of well-placed stitches might be an improvement?
In the mouth, dear mate.
What was that?
A glass of white wine and a pint, please, Violet.
Yeah, just a sec. Can you imagine the mood that Charlie's going to be in after that? No, I really don't want to be left on my own with him.
If you let me tell everyone, it wouldn't have been an issue.
It's not an issue now.
Well, we had to make a big secret of it. Because you felt ashamed. Now I'm left looking like the bad guy again.
No, you're not. I was singing your praises down there.
Don't be dense. There's no smoke without fire. Mean nothing to you.
Everybody knows you paid for it. Half of them are jealous.
Let's just get out of here.
Where to?
Where do you think? Our bags are packed. We're ready to go.
Well, there's no need, is there? Now everybody knows about the surgery. We don't have to hide.
It'll do you good. It'll do us both good.
It will be like we're running away.
So you're still not coming?
No. No, I'm not, no.
Well, it would have been no fun with you anyway. You miserable cow.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is agoraphobia or something.
That's right. Give it a name. All is forgiven. Is that really what you think?
No.
Any excuse, isn't it? I've a good mind to rip every hard-earned stitch out of that ungrateful pig's head of yours.
Don't speak to me like that! Charlie, where are you going? Charlie, I am grateful. And I'll pay you back every penny.
Keep it. Give you something to remember me by.
Charlie! Please don't leave me. I can't help it.
She'll split her stitches the way she's going on.
Do you think someone should go and see if she's all right?
I think it's best if you go.
Someone else should put the jukebox on.
Is he gone? No, I know it doesn't seem like it now, but it's probably for the best. Maybe he's not the man you think he is.
Go away and leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
Get back to work!
You owe me for this. I don't just mean the money. It's exactly what she wants. To drive us apart. Make me homeless. Put me out of business. There's no lengths she won't go to. Slander, burglary. I haven't even pulled her up for that yet.
You sound like you're coming back more for her than me.
You should be glad I'm here at all.
Oh, I am.
Tell you what, why don't I go round and visit her right now?
Don't do anything stupid, Charlie.
Well, you want to come? Keep an eye on me. Then shut up, then. Finish unpacking. While you're busy doing nothing.
Did you hear anything?
Hello, who is it?
Only me.
Go away. I'll call the police.
I haven't done anything.
Yet?
Come in.
You're inviting me in?
I'm not afraid of you.
I hope you're not planning to get into my pants again.
Very thought of it turns my stomach.
Oh, that'll be love, that. The old roller coaster feeling in your belly. You've still got the hots for me, haven't you?
Close the door behind you.
Seems a long time ago since I moved here. You and Peter put me up for a while. And then, do you remember that night when you went to bed? I put the buzzcocks on. Ever fall in love with someone you shouldn't have? Do you remember that? Not one of my finest moments. I'm not proud of it, I just wanted to remind you of it. I fancied you then. In fact, you've always been a fit bird as far as I'm concerned. Charlie's a lucky bloke. I just wanted you to know that. I'm not trying to chat you up, by the way. I'm trying to cheer you up.
You've been in my office.
So?
You're not even denying it.
Why should I?
Everything you stole, I want it back.
No chance.
I want my property back.
No.
I'm warning you.
No.
I'll rip this place apart if I have to.
Wreck it for all I care.
And then I'll rip your head off.
Come on, then.
I've had enough of you.
Come on, do your worst. I'm not afraid of you. You're not bullying Shelley now. This is me, and you're nothing to me. You're scum. You're a pathetic, vile, evil little man, and I'm not scared of you. Come on! What are you waiting for?
I see what's going on here. You say you're not scared of me?
I'm not.
No?
No!
You're shaking like a leaf. You are scared. But you invite me in, I get the picture. You'd let me do anything to you now, wouldn't you? Anything at all, just so you could have something on me. I could have you again, couldn't I? Right here. If I wanted to, right now. You'd like that. In more ways than one.
Just you try it.
Because this campaign of yours, it all comes down to jealousy. I'm with Shelley, I'm not with you.
Oh, you make me sick.
Shelley loves me,
Sick
she doesn't
to my
love you.
stomach!
And you make me sick of you drunken old slag. How low can you go?
Maybe I am an old slag. Maybe I've been with hundreds of men. But you were the worst of the lot. You were the very bottom of the pile.
Oh, you've hurt my feelings so much, I could lose my temper and smack you right in the mouth. I was the kind of man who hits women. But I'm not.
Get out.
What, your plan's not going to work, so now you want me to leave?
Just get out.
Don't give up so easily. I can still get carried away, give you what you want. Of course, then I'd have to kill you afterwards.
I don't want you anywhere near me, or anywhere near my daughter.
Yeah, I nearly left her today. You nearly got your way. I got as far as the van. And then the thought of the smug grin on your face when you got the news made me stop. So thanks for that.
What are you getting out of this?
It's fun. I'm loving it. My own caged little bird to play with. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and she doesn't complain. And she'll do anything I ask her to. Anything at all. She really is the most grateful woman I've ever met. I'm having the time of my life, Bev. And the irony is, it's all your fault. You and me, sleeping together. You and Shelley falling out. Shelley locking herself away upstairs. Even the fact that I haven't left. It's all your fault. And on that cheerful little thought, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm such a tease.
Well, it's going to take me out tonight. Nowhere special, just for a pizza. But it is nice to know that you're going to have a nice time. Whenever I talk about Bob, I keep saying nice. You know, I'm sure Shelley's just as upset about yesterday as you are. She's probably still feeling a bit groggy after that operation.
You and Liz still not talking?
We've got nothing to say to each other.
Don't let him see you bothered.
This is more than a pretty face. Still be proud of her. Good. Because she'll be working that hard, she won't have any time for you.
Get us your pint, Kieran. Please.
I'm looking for a Charlie Stubbs.
You found him, love. Get your drink.
No, thanks. Just a quiet word. Can we go somewhere private?
No, we could. I'd rather do it here. It's been a bit too much of people getting the wrong end of the stick of late.
Yes, this isn't the first time you've had the police there just lately, is it?
No, and each time people soon realise that I'd done nothing wrong. So, what's it all about?
I've had a complaint from a Mrs. Unwin. Accused you of harassing her.
I'm sorry, but that's rich coming from her.
So you didn't go to her flat last night?
Well, yeah, but did she say why?
She said she wouldn't let her see her daughter.
Shelley, my partner, her daughter. They've fallen out big time, it's right, isn't it, Kieran? Shelley chucked her out of here only yesterday.
There was a misunderstanding.
To be honest, all this aggro from her mother has made Shelley pretty ill. Poor old Violet has been caught in the middle of it and all, ain't you, sweetheart?
Bev was only trying to do the best by her daughter.
So you went round to her flat, angry, I take it?
Yeah, all I've done is to try and stop things getting any worse. I just asked her, nicely, if she'd stop bothering us. Why? Is she saying something different?
That you were aggressive towards her.
Not true. My only crime's been to fall in love with the daughter of a vindictive, unbalanced woman. If it wasn't love, I'd walk away, but when it's a real thing, you know. You can't. Anyway, it's not me you should be giving the third degree to. It's her. Ask her who sneaked into my office, stole my invoices, and rang my clients with lies and ridiculous allegations.
Have you reported this theft?
No, because you see, unlike Bev, I don't want to cause any more upset for Shell. She's all I care about. go catch some real criminals now. See you. You reported in yet?
Sorry?
To Bev. It is you tipping her off when something happens.
Who I speak to is none of your business.
Well, it's about Shelley and me. It's very much my business. You've been sharing her bed again?
The only thing me and Bev are sharing is the belief that you're ruining Shelley's life.
You fancy her yourself, don't you?
At least I treat her with a bit of respect, not contempt.
Well, you'll never get the chance. Not while I still want her. She doesn't know you've been blabbing to Mummy. All I have to do is tell her, and you and your poison are out on the cobbles. Like a two-faced traitor should be. Tell you what. Let's give her the choice now, shall we?
I've had a belly full of your games now.
It's your big chance. Shell, I need you down here. Me and Kieran want to ask you something. Come on, Shell. He's got a message from your mother. Shell. Come on, Shell.
Oh, I'll give him a number now, eh?
I'm off.
What do you mean off?
I'm going before I do your man some damage.
Kieran, he's not worth it.
I'd like to stay for Shelley's sake, but I swear I'm going to kill him.
Look, don't let him get to you. Look, that's what he wants.
Bev won't like it. Running away. Leaving Shelley to nasty Charlie. There'll be no little treats for you tonight. But then, even a loser like you must be fed up of having that slack old slapper slobbering all over you. Do you want to repeat that?
Kieran! Leave him!
We should kill him for what he's done to you. He's the one telling tales to Bev. Can't stand us being together, can you, loser?
It's you I can't stand. Big bully, playing games with grown women. How does it feel taking on some of your own size, you scumbag?
Get off me.
Kieran! You've got it wrong. He's treated me with love. He supported me.
Funny kind of love that keeps you in your bedroom when you're afraid to come out. Strange support to a beautiful woman that you have her so screwed up she thinks she needs plastic surgery.
Kieran, don't hurt him.
I'd be doing you a favour if I did. Because he's not going to rest until he has everybody in your life that cares about you gone. That's why he's getting rid of me. Because he knows the pathetic worm knows that if I have to watch any more of this, I'll break a scrawny little neck. Shelley, this is your time. This is your chance to break free. Come with me now.
What? Why would I do that?
To save your life, you stupid woman.
My life's here. With Charlie. Do you understand that? Now go on, get out. Leave us alone.
Look at these. I can't believe my little baby is going to wear these on his or her little tiny feet.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to me. I think the hormones are affecting my brain already. Sorry, what have you come in for? You've forgotten, haven't you? I always do that. Walk into a room and forget what I've gone in for.
If things were different, that could have been my baby in there.
I know.
Would have been better looking if it was my baby.
Modest as ever.
Look at you. You're glowing. Pregnancy really suits you.
I love it.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had gone through with that wedding?
To tell you the truth, not really. Not anymore.
I suppose not. You're happy with your lot.
And you're not?
Your life's all mapped out for you now. You've got your man, your home, baby on the way.
I'm dead lucky.
I bet you have a house full of kids
And you and Dev grow fat and all together, all smug and content.
Is something wrong? What's the matter, Kieran? I know we never made it down the aisle, but we were good mates. You can still talk to me.
I'm thinking of moving on.
No. Why? Where are you going?
It's all this stuff with Charlie. I just can't take it anymore.
He's got a lot to answer for, that man.
We're no better. We just go in and let him manipulate us like he manipulates Shelley.
I did try, you know.
She misses you like mad. You could call her. Charlie wouldn't have to know.
Too many bad things have happened between us. We've said some terrible, unforgivable things. I wouldn't know where to start.
She's just blind to his faults, Anita. It's like an illness with her.
Well, if she ever gets free of him, I'm here for her.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I help you at all?
I'm not sure, really. Where did you get that top? It's a lovely colour. Never mind. Sorry to have bothered you. Bye now.
Time for some retail therapy. Gratis. Come on.
Your pay packet. There's a few extra quid in there by way of a thank you for all your hard work.
Thanks, Fred.
Under circumstances, we didn't have time for a whip round, otherwise you'd be a proud possessor of a carriage clock. So, what are your plans?
I haven't got a clue.
Wish I were in your shoes. I said, wish I were in your shoes. No one to consider, no responsibility. You know, there's many a fella would trade places with you like that.
That was very tempting, but I'm afraid to just walk away. I don't want it on my conscience if anything bad was to happen.
Don't fret about things you can't change. Go and live your life. I'm still here. I'll keep an eye on things.
Are you sure?
Don't give it a second thought.
Right then. There's not a lot for me to hang around here for then.
Now, see, you can't go into it with a face that looks like a smacked backside.
Sorry, Fred. Just don't have a whole lot to smile about at the moment.
No wonder they say youth is wasted on the young. Snake Hips Elliot is what they call me. Oh, I got a dash on that dance floor, I can tell you.
I bet you did.
Yeah. I was a bit of a looker and all. Full head of hair. Teeth like tombstones.
A handsome demon, were you?
I took it all for granted. Didn't know what I had until I lost it.
Oh, do you want to look at the pretty shiny things? Oh, you like that lovely top? It's a bit expensive. Cost lots and lots of pennies. Now, do you want to go wee-wee?
I might have lost use of my legs, but there's no wrong with my brain.
I was cut off in my prime, me. I've still got my legs, but they're about as much use as a pair of shanks.
Oh, dear. Who are you? Let's get to the lingerie department. My scanties have seen better days. Come on. Grab us one of them bras with built-in chicken fillets.
Oh, no. It's Rottweiler Ray.
Huh?
Security guard. He's frisked me more times than you've had chip suppers. Oh, let me at least recognise me.
Great.
Oh, go on, he can't do me. I've got no on me. It's Ray, isn't it?
Excuse me?
It's Ray.
Don't matter where you go. I've travelled all over. This country, abroad. People are the same the world over.
Foreigners always seem a bit more exotic, though.
You certainly stand out round here with that Irish charm of yours.
Ah, sure. Women find me irresistible.
And that wonderful accent. I bet you taught many a lass into bed.
That's just a drink talking. Now behave yourself. No, not for me. I gotta get going.
Oh, come on, don't be so boring. We're just getting started.
No, it's been really good. But I do have to make a move.
Let's go to bed. You were complaining you never do anything spontaneous, so let's go to bed.
I didn't mean...
Oh, come on. You're an old man before your time. I'll soon put a spring in your step.
What the hell are you doing?
Huh?
I'm after sitting here and pouring my heart out to you. I've comforted you while you were crying with worry about your daughter. And all the time you're just waiting to pounce.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I'm such a fool.
I'm going. I'll see you.
Oh, come on, don't let's part like this. I made a fool of myself. I'm a stupid, lonely woman. Don't take me for it.
Thanks, Bev. You've really opened my eyes for me. I don't know why I wasted my time on any of you. I am going to be better off out of here.
You off?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Kieran. You deserve it.
Thanks. So, are you all right covering my driving shift, then?
Oh, it's fine. I'll do the first half, and I've asked Lloyd to come in early for the second. Now, I've looked at the rota, and I think you could best make up the time in half-hourly instalments, defrayed across a fortnightly shift pattern. I took the liberty of inserting the necessary revisions to the rota in pencil.
Right. Well, I'm sure it's fine. Listen, thanks very much for doing this. I know it's short notice, but...
Don't worry about it. After all, you are the boss. You off anywhere special?
Well, it's not where I'm going that's special.
Ah, but who with? Oh, sounds very exciting. New lady friend, is it?
Well, yes and no.
Anyone I know?
Yes.
Really? Well, you've kept that one quiet.
Yeah, I did once. I nearly lost her because of it. Anyway, won't happen again.
Hayley.
If it's about the smell, Mr. Baldwin, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
Well, no, it's not about that, but... Yeah, it is quite strong, isn't it? Could you get Jamie to check out the toilet, son?
Yeah, OK, Dad.
So then, Hayley, how things been since I was away, eh? Not hardly you give me the official version, but I'd like to know how things really were.
They were absolutely fine, Mr. Baldwin. That's not to say that you weren't missed.
I don't want to be irreplaceable, probably the opposite.
Stone me, it smells like a pair of zookeeper's boots out there.
Yes, I know that. No, I can't say I'm altogether thrilled about Sally Webster working back in my factory. She really needed.
Hold up, Mike. I've told you before, Mike, I ain't prepared
Hayley?
to...
Oh, she's a very decent worker, Mr. Baldwin. Top quality stuff at a good speed. I'd definitely say she was an asset.
All right, well, if you rate her so highly, she can stay. Thank you, Hayley.
I wish Nath would hurry up. I don't like hanging round here. When Claire could see us. She might come to the shop.
Morris will tell her we're outsourcing you meat.
Well, maybe we should. Save a lot of time on aggro.
I'm not letting that Maddox nick my suppliers we out to fight. I say I'm not.
You're not. It's me that's going to have a face like a tray of mince this time next week, and it's not about some poxy supplier. It's about Claire's honour.
Yes, of course it is. Ah.
All right, lads. Whoa.
That tracksuit must be creating enough static to light Blackpool Tower.
It's a shell suit.
Is it? Must have been a hell of a stale.
Can we just get going? Claire could drive past any second.
What's that tyre for?
All will be revealed on the wreck. There you go.
Hiya.
Change your mind, then?
No, I'm doing what's best, Steve. Not what makes me happy. Anyway, I don't want to make a big song and dance out of it. I've got Gran to look after today. Take this. Don't lose it. It's got everything she needs in there. Nappies, juice,
all right.
bottles.
I know what I'm doing. Yeah, no.
Well, it's more than I do. So where are you taking her?
Well, I thought we could go to Chester Zoo.
All right. It's just... Well, I know this sounds nuts and everything, but she's got a real thing about aeroplanes.
We're only going out for the afternoon.
Yeah, I know that. It's just every time she sees one in the sky or on the telly, she goes mad. She's fascinated by him.
Yeah?
Yeah, and, well, I know little girls aren't supposed to be into that kind of thing, but what can you do about it? And I've been promising for ages to take her to the airport, you know, to see Jumbo's taken off, but I haven't got time. You couldn't do it, could you, Steve?
Oh, I don't know, Tracy. I mean, hanging around the airport terminal is not what I had in mind. I do enough for that with work.
Oh, come on, Steve. It'll make me feel better about all of this. About doing it again.
All right. Airport it is then, darling. Hey, we're going to see the planes take off, yeah.
Oh, come on, Cartman. We ain't got all day.
Not going to punch it, have you?
Happen you wouldn't be so sprightly if you'd been lugging a cross-fly halfway across Witherfield. It's him supposed to be training, not me.
Not tired, are you, Dad?
Hey, how about double the usual number of laps?
Dad! Don't worry. We're going to do the same amount of laps. With one small difference.
What the hell you doing?
Trust me. Now, bring your arms out in front here and hold the top of the tail.
Oh, see, pointing there.
Just do it. See? Now, your arms are in a position to block body punches. If you can run like that, you'll get used to keeping them up, even when you're knackered.
I'm not running out red like this, like a right wazzook.
He looks more like a gurner than a boxer.
He'll be gurning, all right. Once Mad Dog goes to work on the inside. I heard his body shots are crippling, so it's vital that you prepare properly.
I thought this was about me and you training together, sparring together. Not you shouting odds off and me making a prat of myself.
Would you rather make a prat of yourself here or in the ring? What's a bit of embarrassment now, compared to getting caned on fight night? I know it will hurt more. Maddox has dropped some hard men to win his titles. Men you'll cross a road to avoid. And unless you start taking it seriously and doing it my way, he's gonna chew you up and spit you out. We'll be taking you home to Claire in a bucket.
All right, you've made your point.
No, Fred, mate, I ain't even started. The way your boy's shaping up, best wear your butcher's apron come fight night, because there'll be so much claret flying about.
All right, I'll do it.
That's more like it, champ. Now go on, mate, burn some rubber.
Are you sure you don't want a brew, Gran?
No. I don't want to be a bother.
It's no bother.
Are you sure? Only I know you've got your hands full with Amy.
No, it's all right. She's as happy as Larry playing in the yard.
Oh, in that case, I'll have a coffee. A filter, please.
Yes, Gran. No, Amy, keep your shoes on. There's a good love.
Are there any of them gypsy creams left for afters?
Yeah, there's some left. I'll bring them through with your sarnie.
Oh, you are good. I think Deirdre gets impatient with me sometimes. Still, she'll realise one day when she's old and dependent on you.
Can't wait.
Funny how the wheel turns. I remember minding you when you were, no bigger than that. And now look at you, minding your own daughter out there in the yard, looking after me on this sofa.
Well, that's what families are about, Gran, isn't it?
Only a mother knows what's best for her child, and no fancy solicitors or judges, and certainly not Steve MacDonald, will ever convince me otherwise.
Oh, thanks, Gran.
What are these?
Well, if you don't know at your age, I'm not going to tell you.
What are these? This ain't the Cunningham job.
I know, but he told me to go on to the next job.
Adam!
Yeah?
Well, did Fuzz make these for you?
Oh, no, not for him. Don't be silly. They've changed
Shut up.
families.
We are lagging behind on the Cunningham job already. What is she doing, wasting her time doing this stuff for you?
I'm really sorry, Danny. I didn't realise we were behind, I'm telling you. I just thought as Gaiman's are a new client, maybe we could deliver early, make a good impression.
And what about Cunningham's? What kind of an impression are we going to make on them when we're late?
I've said I'm sorry. It was one machine. I didn't think it'd make much difference.
Oh, so it makes a difference to one job but not to another? You've got to get your story straight, son, because you are all over the place.
I'm only trying to make things better.
Yeah, you are trying. Don't worry about that. How dare you put another machinist and swap her onto another job without my say-so?
All right, that's enough. In here, both of you. Now.
The end, when it comes, is swift but brutal.
Look at the state of you, see, look at the state of you. Your body might be protected, but your chin's sticking out now.
Nathan said the sniffers would wear off.
And we're paying too much mind to him and his daft ideas. I mean, why can't I just whip these eggs up and chuck in some mushrooms and tomatoes and make us a nice omelette?
Because it's not the same. They have to be raw. Now let's get it over with.
All right. It's becoming a bit of a habit, is this? You two falling silent whenever I walk into the room. Everything okay?
Could be better.
He's got no idea the confusion he's caused.
It was one worker. I didn't think it would do any harm. Don't know why you're kicking up such a stink.
Well, if there's a stink out there, Sunshine, which there still is, by the way, it's because you have made a great big steaming mess of things. We've got a system here, you know. And it works, by the way, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That way you never improve things. If I overstep the mark, then I'll hold my hands.
Overstep the mark? If you've overstepped, you took a running jump over it, pal.
All right, that's enough. I think you're both in the wrong. Initiative is all right, Adam, as long as your right hand knows what your left hand's doing. If not, you've got a communication problem.
Oh, I'll communicate with him. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, out there in full volume in front of the hired help. Look, if you've got a problem, you two come in here and sort it out like two grown men, not like two fishwives. You two think about that. Hello, Underworld. Oh, hello, mate. Long time, What? Oh, is she all right? Right, well, thanks for phoning, and let us know how things go on, will you? Yeah, bye.
What's wrong, Dad?
That was your Uncle Cliff.
Oh, yeah. What's he doing ringing here? Is it Mum?
No, it's your dad. He collapsed. The paramedics tried, but...
Oh, it's smashing, is this, love? Are you not having out yourself?
No, I'm going to do Amy some at first. I'll just bring her in.
Oh, give us a top-up on your way through, will you, love?
Yeah.
Amy! Amy, where are you? Amy! 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 Amy!
Have you lost her?
Yes, no, I don't know. She was playing in the yard and she's gone.
What's wrong?
I've lost Amy, Mum.
I'll sort a search party out.
I thought Steve had her today.
No, he's the last person I'd let have her.
But Liz saw him. He said that you'd agreed to let him have Amy for the
No,
afternoon.
he's lying.
Well, then, pound to a penny, it's him who snatched her. I'm calling the police.
Amy.
Oh, love.
Do you want a drink? Pops was a fit. I thought he'd see the pair of us out. What happened?
Collapsed. Heart attack, stroke, something like that. Don't really matter, does it?
No. You spoke to your mum yet? Danny?
No, she'll still be at the hospital with Uncle Cliff. He's looking after her.
I'll chuck some stuff in a case and we can get going. Where's Jamie?
He's in Middlesbrough on a delivery.
Where you going?
Back to work.
Don't be daft. We need to get down to London. Mum can't stay in that house on her own.
No, I'll phone Uncle Cliff, he can sort it out.
She needs you, Dan.
How's it going on taxis, love? No problems, or...?
I haven't hit anything yet, if that's what you mean.
Nay. We're just showing interest, making conversation.
I suppose somebody's got to. You've hardly said 2 words to me since I got in.
It's the most recent photograph. It was taken about a month ago.
No, that's fine, Miss Barlow. So where did you last see her?
Oh, she was just out in the yard. She was playing.
Yeah, and before you jump to any nasty conclusions, she were keeping a good eye out. Thing was, she was having to look after me as well.
Oh, I've no doubt you were taking good care. You can't watch kids all the time. So, this Steve MacDonald, why might he take Amy?
Oh, where do I start? He was stalking me, for one thing. Well, I didn't want to worry you, but he has been. For weeks now. Everywhere I went with Amy, he was there. To the park, to the shops, to the swimming baths. At first, I thought he was just harassing me, but now I know why. He was watching me. He was waiting for his chance.
All right, love, it's all right. Steve's mum, Liz, saw him this morning, and he told her that Tracy had agreed that he could have Amy for the afternoon. They were going to go to Chester Zoo.
But you hadn't agreed, Miss Barlow.
What do you think?
Though, is he a danger to Amy?
There's no way he'd hurt Amy.
Oh, but he would take her. I mean, he's been plotting this for ages.
And what's his relationship to you and Amy?
Well, we've been going out, and he really didn't take it well when we split. He'd somehow convinced himself he was Amy's dad. He was trying to get access to her. He's off his head.
So he's not Amy's actual father?
I can show you the birth certificate if you like. He knew that he didn't stand a chance in court, so he's taken the law into his own hands. Oh, and while we're sat here wasting time, he could be getting on a plane or a ferry, and I might never see her again. Oh.
You know, the only time he was really happy in that workshop was when his head was buried in a telly or a wireless. He didn't have a clue about the punters. Mind you, I didn't care. I was a salesman in that outfit. That's why I wanted to expand, you see. Take a few risks. But he, You know, it was a stupid thing to argue over. In the grand scheme. Do you think I betrayed him?
No. I just think you told him a few home truths, that's all. I tried to once.
And?
Well, he weren't one for listening to opinions, was he? Especially mine. From the minute I left school, right up to my partnership with you, I'd say potato, and he mashed it. I used to blame you.
Me?
Yeah. He was really hurt when you walked out, you know. Felt really let down. Plus, Mum was always saying that any hope of success walked out the door with you. That made him angry. Really angry at you. But you weren't there, was you? And I sometimes think the things he said to me he really wanted to say to you. Maybe that's made me what I am. Living down to his expectations.
So what are you exactly then, eh?
Do you know what he said to me when I come up here? You go. Go on. You'll be two spivs together. That's what he thought of me. A spiv. Who's to say he was wrong, eh?
This is Captain Daddy speaking. Please make sure your high chair seatbelt is fastened securely as Chocolate Airways number 3 to Amy's tummy It's cleared for takeoff.
Excuse me, sir.
Just, entertaining the kiddie, you know.
Right. Are you Steve MacDonald?
Yeah?
And this is your child?
This is my daughter, yeah. Why, what's the problem?
What's her name, sir?
Amy Bowler. Why, what's wrong?
Would you mind coming with us, please, sir?
What? Look, I'm sorry I haven't got much time. I'm on a contact visit with my kiddie, yeah?
Not according to her mother.
What?
She's alleging the girl was snatched. So I hope you'll understand the need to get this cleared up, Mr. MacDonald.
Oh, no. Look, I can clear this up right now. She's lying. Again. I ain't going nowhere. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Stephen MacDonald, I'm arresting you on suspicion of abducting a minor. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken and used in evidence.
Now, I can win, I will win.
I can win, I will win. I can win, I will win.
Fantastic. Now, shut your eyes and imagine your punches sinking into Maddox's face. Concentrate. Harder. Harder. Harder! That's it, champ. Now, unload on him!
What's wrong?
It's just hit me back. Harder.
That lad should be hung, drawn and quartered, putting us through all this.
I don't care what the flaming courts say, Granny's never going to see her again.
What the hell's going on? Ask that son of yours.
I would. Only is it the nick? Are you really trying to say snatched, Amy?
Yeah. I never agreed to anything, Liz. He's been planning this for ages. He's been stalking us, making threats. You don't know the half of it. You don't know him.
Yes, I do. And I know when he told me that you were letting him take Amy, he was telling the truth.
There must be a misunderstanding. Tracy, think, is there any way he could have misinterpreted you?
How would you misinterpret Get Lost?
Don't you dare interrogate her. Whose side are you on?
I'm just trying to get at the truth.
All right, if we're going to start asking questions, answer me this one. If he were taking her to Chester Zoo, like he told you, how did he end up at Manchester Airport?
I don't know. But there's got to be an explanation.
Oh, I'm certain there is. And happens Steve will get the chance to talk it over with his dad on those long winter evenings inside.
Fantastic.
It's a photo on a car seat. I haven't got a proper punch. Why pretend?
We're done for, I say, we're done for. In spite of all them fancy moves you taught him.
I've given him everything he needs to succeed, except the belief he can.
Now it'll convince him until he sees Maddox flat on his back on that canvas.
When I give the signal, I want you to fall over, Fred.
All over? Whatever for?
Pathetic. Is that the best you can do? I can't believe I wasted my time on a loser like you.
I didn't mean to let you down. I'm sorry.
Listen to you. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you are. A sorry excuse for a man. When you embarrass yourself next week, you can embarrass me and all.
Stop it, what are you doing?
Anything I like. What? Do you want to have some, do you? You little piece
Hey, that'll do.
Just back up, fat boy.
Hey!
You ain't got the power to work, Maddox. I'm telling you, you're going to make Mad Dog look like a pussycat, mate. Don't think you got a career in stunts, though, Freddie boy.
Well, it was a set-up.
Now, do you believe?
Not if you're down any road.
I've never taken a dive in my life. I just wanted to see what you had. And I'm telling you, you got a punch on you, mate. And that means you got a chance.
Yes, well, I'm very thrilled for pair of you. Now, will you help me up before I start getting skid marks?
Oh. I mean, I know Tracy's mad, but after this, I just don't know what she's capable of.
I think people should help animals when we see them treated bad. Look at Sigourney Weaver in Gorillas in the Mist. Also, the woman in Born Free with the lions.
Listen, mate. I'm sure there's no need for all this. It's your first offence. You're probably just going to get a fine.
You shouldn't even get a fine. The fish were going to die.
Scooter, maybe you should skip forward to the bit where you say how sorry you are.
Right. Ah, here we are. I found cases of anchorworm and advanced cart pox. Also, the water filter was knackered.
Oh, I'm supposed to be getting some tools to help David with the fence. I'm sorry, Scooter. Gail will listen to you. She's good at things like this. Can you give me the highlights later?
Go on, Scooter.
These magnificent fish that I liberated include a Tancho Kawaku, white with red markings, a Yamabuki Ogon, which is yellow on silver, and 2 Hariwakis.
Aw. Nice to see you not stuck in that dingy little office, Steve. Should make the most of being outside while you still can.
Do I look worried? Do you really think the police are going to believe your pathetic little story? It's got so many holes in it, you could drive a bus through it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I can be pretty convincing when I want to be.
What are you going to get out of all this, eh?
You out of mine and Amy's life for good. And if you get a load of grief into the bargain, Steve, well, that's just a bonus.
You know Amy's going to hate you when she grows up.
I know she's not. Because she's not going to know about it. Because you'll be long out of the picture by then. And I'll tell her it's best all round because Daddy was a really bad man. And he was always being really horrible to Mummy. Well, go on, Steve. That'd just be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Me with a big shiner on my face. Well, go on then. Make my day. See you in court, Dada. Aw.
Are you sure Scooter's right for our Sarah? Really? I mean, look, he's demolished your flipping garden. He's stolen a load of fish. He forages around in skips like some modern-day steptoe.
Well, he is a bit, what's the word?
Certifiable.
Shh. Throw me in there.
Well.
It's a bit different. I'll give you that. But, well, is that such a bad thing, the way kids are today?
Still going on about flaming fish.
Afternoon.
Hello, Keith. Me and Martin were admiring your garden earlier. What a difference you've made.
Ah, now to it. You want time with that, son? I got some tools inside, might suit.
Nah, it's all right, thanks. Me and my dad are going to handle it.
Ah, not to worry.
Actually, David, it's a pretty big job, isn't it?
I've got a cordless electric screwdriver indoors to do that job a treat. You ever use one, son?
No, I wouldn't mind having a go, though.
I'll go and fetch me battery pack.
Believe me, the courts see the most outrageous cases of parents trying to blacken each other's names.
Well, she may be trying to blacken mine, but I'm not interested in fighting dirty. All I'm interested in is the welfare of me daughter. Which is why I want it done properly, legal. Which is why I've come here.
Well, with what you've told me, we should have no problem disputing Miss Barlow's claims. However, I must warn you that while this is under investigation, it's of paramount importance that you steer clear of her.
It'll be a pleasure, believe me. But what about Amy? I just want to see my daughter.
Now, let me make this very clear. If you're applying for parental responsibility, it's vital that you do not have any contact at all with Miss Barlow. And unless Miss Barlow allows it, you must not, under any circumstances, try and see your daughter either.
Good evening, good evening. How goes it in the wonderful world of hostelry?
Hiya, Bob. I won't be a sec. Large glass of red, is it?
No, just a small one, like. And Stephen. Bob. So, young sir, how is life treating you?
Like something it trod in.
Oh, that's rather good, that. I might jot that down.
So then, what brings you in here?
Can't keep away, can I?
Is it the booze or the band?
Got the loot.
Who turned that music on? Will you go give Bev a hand?
In what way?
Well, I don't name with a dance routine, do I?
Oh, what type of dance routine?
I'm telling you, now let go of me.
I realise this is probably just high spirits, but
You'll have a dance with me, won't you, mate?
I think the lady's wondering if it wouldn't be better. Oi! Oi! Ow!
Gents, now!
Come on, mate. We were only having a laugh. Listen, pal, I have had a very, very lousy day. And I'd love nothing more than to give someone like you a slap.
All right, Steve, that's enough. Let go. Come on.
All right, I'm going. You're not fun, you lot, anyway.
And that concludes tonight's cabaret, ladies and gents.
Well, we certainly saw him off.
I was just daydreaming. I wasn't gonna do it.
Don't chuck your life away in prison like your dad.
Should I bring the toothbrush and stuff?
Scooter, how many times? You are not going to prison. Well, Mum, that's easy for you to say. You're not going to be the one sleeping in a cell with an 18-stone skinhead. The solicitor said it was highly unlikely. Yeah, but still possible. Unless you jump out of the dock and thump the magistrate, you'll be sleeping at home tonight, Scooter. Will you jump out of the dock and thump the magistrate?
Well, not unless he totally does me head in.
Right. Well, you should get off then. I mean, you weren't stealing for gain. There was no intent. Or whatever. I mean, you've got your speech. I'm your character witness.
You're right. Gotta be positive. I will walk free.
Taxi for the condemned man.
Now, is that my favourite butcher I see before me?
Oh, I can only say that when they're after somewhat.
Oh, you're too sharp for me, Fred. So you thought any more about buying my share of taxi firm?
I'd like to get them accounts examined.
Okay, no problem, any time.
Well, I'm worked off my feet today, so I'll give you a ring when I have a minute.
I await your call.
There's out dodger with them books. I'll spot it as I'll spot it.
The prosecution's case appears to be compelling. You did take the fish.
Yeah. I took them, but...
Well, then why have you pleaded not guilty? Are you wasting our time?
I wasn't stealing them. I was saving them. It's true. They were ill. I've written a speech.
Read it out. Quick sticks, mind. Busy morning.
I've been a tropical fish enthusiast since I was 4 years old.
Oh, it's not a life history, is it?
Look, I know a bit about them, right? The state of them fish that I nicked were an absolute disgrace. I mean, the scales were coming off. I've read about it. Advanced carp pox. I pointed it out to the woman that owned them and, well, she just told us where to go. It was an emergency. If I hadn't done something, them fish would have died. I didn't sell them. I didn't eat them. I haven't even got them. I didn't make a penny. It was an act of charity. And I don't care what you do to me. I did the right thing, and I'd do it again. So, I stole them, fair cop, but I did it for the fish.
I did it for the fish. Sounds like your epitaph. Back to the dock, please, Henry Fonda.
He's proved to be quiet and caring and hard-working, thoughtful, conscientious. He gets on very well with my daughter's little girl. And nothing's too much trouble. He's honest and trustworthy. He's a lovely lad, the kind you'd be pleased to have as a future son-in-law. And he wouldn't take anything that wasn't his.
Finished?
Do you want to know anything else?
Mrs. Platt, you seem familiar.
Well, I don't see why I should be. I haven't got a criminal record.
Oh, that's it. You were married to Richard Hillman, weren't you?
Well, I don't see what that's got to do with anything.
Well, surely it calls into question your skill in judging character. Completely relevant in this case, I would have thought.
Well, it sharpened my judgment. I'm suspicious of everybody now. That Scooter's gained my trust is a measure of him.
You may stand down. We'll retire to consider our verdict. Court adjourned.
He must have done something.
Well, he had a word, but then when the fella carried on giving it that, Bob backed off. I'll tell you what, if Jim had been there, he'd have slammed that gobby drunk right through the wall.
Yeah, but that's why you got rid, remember? Because he thought with his fists.
I suppose. That and him being inside for most of the last decade.
Back again? Doesn't your coven miss you?
Don't talk to Liz like that. She's here to see me.
Yeah, well, maybe you should find a new mate. She could be casing the joint for the child catcher.
Don't be ridiculous.
Do you really think that anybody believes that story?
Well, we'll see what the police have got to say about that, shall we?
No one believes you.
What have you been saying?
Let's not get into that.
Oh, no, let's get into it. Do you think I'm lying?
Not lying as such.
Got the wrong day. What's she doing here?
She's poisoning Mum against me.
I tell you what, I think it's best if I get off.
Don't go on their account.
I'll ring you later.
Well, that's a very nice way to treat Liz.
Consorting with the enemy. If it were wartime, you'd have your hair shorn off for less than that.
Oh, it is wartime. And the enemy's closer than you think. Go sharpen your clippers, I say.
I resent that.
All rise.
We have considered this case at length.
Oh, 2 flaming minutes.
And we have no choice but to find the defendant, Hiran Makwana.
Who? Shh, that's his real name.
Guilty. Next time you see a sick fish, I suggest you call the RSPCA. With regard to punishment, there are several options open to us, up to and including a custodial sentence.
That's well out of order.
Yeah, he was unlucky. I think that magistrate was only terror.
Do you know, we should contact one of those TV programmes that do miscarriages of justice.
I think that's pushing it, Sarah. Don't think they'd be interested.
100 quid. Tight cow.
Put each other down and let's get out of here.
Well, I'm still waiting to see if I can appeal.
Scooter, don't appeal.
I didn't nick 'em.
We know you didn't.
I've got a criminal record and community service. I'm gonna have to paint all ladies' flats and stuff.
We don't know what you'll be doing yet. You could be cleaning out fish ponds. Let's forget it and go home.
What do you reckon?
Let's go home.
I'm not happy about this. There's no justice.
Here, Frank. Right, Mum?
Do you live here?
Yeah, what's the matter with it? Look, factory's over the road, I can keep an eye on it.
You can virtually keep a finger on it.
It's temporary. Will we all fit in that tiny little shoebox?
Yeah, if we all breathe in at the same time.
Eating as well. Don't your elbows go through next door's wall?
They're bigger than they look. Funny you should mention eating. You know me and cooking, Viv.
Well, you're not exactly Jamie Oliver, as I recall.
Being realistic, I thought we'd drop off our stuff and then go down the pub for a bite.
Well, a pub? Well, day after my Harry's funeral?
Don't start, Mum. Dad loved a pint. He would have liked our local, honest.
Well, you know what he would have liked, do you? Anyone would think he'd been a daily visitor. Oh, will you help me, Mark?
Right, let me get the bags. Sorry. Come on.
Do you know, I don't know how you haven't swung for her, widowed or not.
Ain't you noticed, Pen? I'm a saint in human form. And she did give birth to my Danny, so I'm grateful to her for that.
Strolling around in public without a care in the world. You should be horsewhipped. I'd do it myself if I were 20 years younger.
I suppose somebody had to believe Tracy's version. Oh, and there you go. Mind you, may as well be you, Blanche, considering you always see the good in everybody.
Oh, you've got an explanation, have you? What were you doing? Taking that plane spotting?
Oh.
I hope the police find it as funny as you do. You can laugh all the way to Strange Ways.
Hello? Any danger of me getting served before I collect my pension, or what?
I'm going as fast as I can. I don't function well this side at bar.
Now, where's he going? I'll take it all back. Dad would have hated this pub. Why aren't you two at the table?
Well, we're helping you with the drinks.
She's not that bad, is she, surely?
Well, it's nothing personal, but she's having a catch-up with Mike. She doesn't want us there.
Thank you for your infinite patience. What can I furnish you with?
What food you got?
Food? I said food. I haven't got 5 pairs of hands. Knots and scratchings.
You can get cream for that.
Well, you've certainly looked after yourself.
What?
Yeah, you've lost weight.
Why do people say that to me? I'm the same as I ever was.
Sorry, my mistake.
I must leave a fat memory.
You certainly leave a memory.
Unlike Harry.
Don't say that. I know we didn't get on as well as we could have.
Why was that?
Lots of reasons. But he was my brother. And I will miss him.
Me too.
There you go. All right. You know I said hot pot. What about cold nuts?
So how long has she stayed?
A couple of days more than I want.
A couple of days, then?
Yeah.
I wish I felt sorrier for her.
Don't waste any emotion on her. She wouldn't on you.
No.
I'd keep an eye on her, too.
How do you mean?
Well, look at her, cozying up to Mike.
Harry's only been in the ground a day.
Don't be fooled by the harsh manner. She's a fruity old mare. There won't be a spare half to her bed for long.
Really?
Yeah, she's got form. Gave her old man a few grey hairs.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Where do you think Danny gets it from? It weren't Harry, that's for certain. He's as straight as an arrow.
What do you want?
Cosy little chat.
Oh, what about?
I had a visit from the police.
Oh, yeah?
Only they're not going to prosecute. They're going to drop the charges.
You're joking.
No. They saw through your pathetic little plan, so be expecting a visit yourself. Wasting police time.
Oh, Steve, how totally frightening.
You better be scared, because this is just the start. See, I'm going to fight dirty. Dirtier than you can ever imagine. And by the time we've finished, you're going to wish you never met me.
Will you stay in the house?
See how I get used to things. Not that you ever do.
Oh, come on. Don't say that.
You've got your memories, and that's about it. At least I've got them to remember him by.
Look, let's sit down over there for a minute, shall we? Oh, come on. You've got 15, 20 years left.
Yeah. But to do what? And who with?
You're not too old to meet someone. I mean, well, look at me and Penny.
Different for women my age, though, isn't it? Some manage a fresh start, I know, but...
And then you got Danny, right? And the grandkids, eh?
Yeah. He's been a good lad. Never really got on with Harry, but you can't have everything, can you? You and him rub along okay, don't you?
We wind each other up now and then, but it's just business.
A son needs his father.
Well, I'm very grateful that I've got Adam.
You love that boy, don't you?
He means everything to me.
Try and love Danny too.
Well, I'll try, but I mean...
No. Promise.
Well, it's different, isn't it? I mean, I know his family and all that,
More
but...
than ever know how he's gone.
Yeah, but a man can't love his nephew like he loved his own son, can he? Hmm?
Danny's more than just your nephew, Mike. He is your son.